All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. I am here with the guy, the man, the myth, the legend himself. I fucked this up already. It don't even feel right. It don't feel right. I don't know what it is. Obviously,
Multi.
the multi. I'm bringing back the multis. Time flag football champion. My God, Daniel, what's going on? Okay, now, uh,
Bow.
long time
What's
no
up, man?
see. The 4 or 5 people that watch and listen.
Man, it's
It's
been a minute. The
been
longest two
two
weeks
two and a
ever.
half weeks, something like that. But we
Shit,
back.
I mean,
We
did
back
we
in the
even talk?
game.
Did we even talk about the championship? I can't even remember.
Yes. That was the last thing we did was talk about. It was the night. It was the third. I think the last game was Wednesday. I think we did a podcast the next day, and that was it.
Mm,
Or maybe not.
okay.
Hold on, let me go look. Let me make that might not be. No, yeah. The
Well,
last one was Celtics win the championship.
well,
Oh
shout
yeah,
out to
we talked
Jay.
about
Well,
the
shout out to the
contracts
Celtics and shout out to the Celtics and all five of Jason Tatum's personalities. But
or his complete lack of personality. One
I
of the
don't know what
two.
he
It's either a
is.
bunch
One
of them
nigga.
or it's none. But it ain't the right amount.
It ain't Jason Tatum. I know
Yeah,
that
it's not the
much.
correct amount you should have. But man, oh man, I don't want to. It just keeps getting worse. If we gonna start there, it's getting worse and worse every time he talks, does anything. It's like, bro, please, why? Don't do this. I don't even
Just
remember what was the last one. I don't even remember what
when
he.
he was when they the last one he just said I seen was asked
Oh,
if
he
the
wanted Deuce.
Celtics can beat Team USA,
Oh yeah.
and he said yeah, and it's just like come on, God, like we really about to do this
Now the one with Deuce. Yeah, Deuce gonna play in the league too, just like Bron. All right.
with me?
Do something on your own decisions.
Do something on your own. Yeah,
Yeah, with your own thoughts.
that
Damn,
man.
allergies and shit. Let's
Uh,
see.
but yeah, no, that was my shout out though.
Yeah. Shout out to Jason Tatum and the Celtics. Good job, guys. Oh, Jalen
A,
Brown mad that he
a,
not
a
finna be
build.
on Team USA.
Hmm,
Is
no,
Jalen Brown a Nike athlete?
I'm not sure actually. Once you start making
Mm,
$60 million a year,
no. Oh, we can start there then. So you do you know why certain people don't get picked for the USA team? Do you know that whole theory that people have? Well, it's not
mm.
really a theory. It's like one of them things that's like
Is it
a
have them do
wide
like
open
Nike and
secret.
Adidas?
It's
Nikes and
Nike.
Adidas.
Nike is the sponsor for the USA team, and that's why only Nike athletes ever play for Team USA. That's
Mm.
it. Nobody else. That was the Isaiah Thomas problem. Now you got Kyrie. People are like, why Kyrie not on the USA team? Why Kyrie not on the USA team?
Because they can't wear a Nike brand signed under somebody else, right?
Exactly.
Well,
Like,
isn't Kyrie's shoes?
no, he
What is his
signed.
shoes under? Adidas.
No, he signed with that weird Chinese company,
Uh,
Anta, whatever the
okay.
fuck it
Oh,
is.
is that the same one D Wade signed to?
I think so. I think so. Hold
Yeah,
on, let me go look at this real quick.
yeah. D Wade ain't even got shoes over here. You got to buy his online or be in China.
That's crazy. That's sick, bro. Those are all Nikes. Yeah, because he just left Anta. Yeah. Let me see. Dwayne with that weird ass spelling. Dwayne. That used to always fuck me up as a kid. Every time I was like, what the fuck? Did they misspell his name? Like, no, no, that's how you
They
spell it.
probably,
The Way of Wade. No, this is a different
yeah.
company. His company
Oh,
is
okay.
Li Ning,
Okay.
and Kyrie assigned to Anta. So yeah,
Right.
that's why some certain people,
It,
don't end up on Team USA because you got to be with Nike and the Duke, Nike, Coach K, all
hmm
that shit is all tied in together. But
But Curry is Under Armour, right?
that exactly, Curry is Under Armour. So, but I mean, if you're
But
Nike, would you?
he never got to play overseas. I mean Olympics. So they was probably like, yeah. I mean Curry already signed a lifetime deal, so he already know Under Armour already know like they can't lose him. So that's probably like, okay, yeah, go wear Nike. Who cares? It ain't like whatever.
And to be fair, it's not really competition. Like nobody wears
No,
Under Armours except
Not
for like
really.
little kids that want to pretend to be like Curry. That's it.
Right. Yeah, nobody. I mean, I wear Under Armour maybe like work dry fits and things like that, like more workout for
Yeah,
like football. Like if they got some
but
cool
not the
stuff for
shoes.
football, but no, hell no.
You
What
ain't just wearing the shoes out, go hoop in.
no, I'm not wearing Under Armour anything unless it's football.
Yeah,
What's that?
regular sportswear shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
compression. That's the word.
See, they need to do a like Mike but with Curry. I think that'd be fun. Do like Mike but with Steph Curry.
So it's
Because
just gonna be a dude who put Curry's on and know how to shoot full court now.
yeah, now he can just shoot from anywhere on the court.
I mean, that's everybody in the league now, I guess. Let's like,
Well, yeah, a couple of them, but I mean, just like make it ridiculous. Because you do a little kid as LeBron, that shit gonna be it's gonna be too far, like ridiculous.
he
Like
gotta be
with
a big
Jordan,
kid.
he was just jumping, doing crazy shit, jumping from the free throw
Right.
line. But like, yeah, you can have little Bow Wow just just putting his
Full
shoulder into
speed
somebody and just
and
laying it in, just
post move
pushing them
fade
out the.
away.
Yeah, like that shit would be crazy.
And then everybody
They
just gonna be
hitting
like,
them and it just bounce
foul
off him. Yeah, man, an 8-year-old, they just fouling the shit out of 8-year-old. He just walking through it,
him.
finger rolling shit. Oh, that
I,
would be fun though. I ain't that now that the more I talk about it, the more that would might be it might be
watch
entertaining
them.
as hell.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Uh,
watch them do one with Caitlin Clark for a female.
no, don't do that. I love
Hey
Caitlin
man,
Clark
gender
and shit,
roles.
but no, don't do that. Okay, well, speaking of Caitlin Clark, I do have a bone to pick. That
She gonna lose rookie of the year.
why do we do rookie of the year like this, bro?
What do we what? Like what?
I hate this shit. Like, who is the best player that is a rookie? Right? That's what it should be. It shouldn't be nothing else but that. Who is the best player
I
that's a
mean,
rookie? Right?
I mean that's usually what it is, right?
No. Let me go back and look. Cause I was this is that
I
shit.
mean,
That's what
she's
fucked me
average.
up.
She's 14 straight double doubles though, bro. Like,
Uh,
I mean, if it was you saying it like somebody would have did it, then that's a WNBA record. You saying it like people could do it.
but I mean, the caveat. I don't even want to have to say it, but you're gonna make me say it, right? That like you shooting 30% as a big, and all you doing is just putting it up off the glass. Every shot is just a lay, or you just a
Hey man,
putback.
I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
And you telling me that's better than the person running point
Who?
who
Wait,
has the
wait. Okay,
ball
so
all
who?
game? Oh, she
Well, that's what I'm saying.
averages
It's
six
easy.
turnovers.
Yeah, but I mean, she got
What?
the ball all game. That
She
means
had the
it's
ball
easier for
all
her.
game.
Then I mean, that's not fair to Angel Reese then, because she don't have the ball all game, so she just got to get it how she get it.
Yeah, off the glass on her own. This is on
But
fast
I'm just
breaks
saying,
and all type of
it's like
shit.
it's a girl who gets the ball all games and a girl who got to get hers from banging in the post all damn day.
Hold on, let's look at this. Okay, 14. Hold on, let me try out this new feature
Mm.
from on the Zoom. Let's see if it looks okay. Okay, put me there. Bam.
This man don't win.
Wow. Can you see me? Does it look nice?
Yeah, I see you.
I don't
Yeah,
know
it look
what's
like
getting
you
recorded
cropped
right now
yourself
though.
in.
Yeah,
It's
I don't.
yeah, I mean, it looked like you just cropped yourself in. I can't even see myself. You on both screens.
Okay, so let's just look at this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
14 and 12. 2 assists, 1 steal. Now we got to throw turnovers in because all of a sudden turnovers matter. 2 turnovers without the ball. Okay, we'll put that to the side. 42% as a big, little nasty. I would
Because how big is Angel? Like 6'3", right?
6'3", yeah, which is
And
every power forward center in
she
the
a
game.
she a big, but she down there fighting with bigger women. How about
What?
that?
Where is this bail coming from? Who is the best? What is Asia Wilson?
AJ
Six
Wilson like
four.
6'5".
That ain't
Ain't she
that big
big
of a
on here?
difference, bro. That can't be that big of a difference. 6'4".
She looked bigger than Angel Reese does. It's like bigger.
Yeah,
She's
a little
also
bit.
28 and Angel Reese is 21. So
Well, let's do this.
or some shit like that.
We'll just walk through all the steps of this. Let's see if they got a picture. They have to
They
have a
do.
picture.
They got a picture on
Stop it.
Instagram. I just seen.
Stop it. Stop it. She bigger than her?
Yeah, I mean, she do. I mean, hey.
Oh no, they the same size. Now this could be an angle trick where one of them's a little farther up than the other
I seen a
one.
picture on Instagram. I'm gonna
They
have to find it and screenshot it. But it's on Angel Reese's page, I think, where they
they
standing actually next to each other.
can we be fair and say they are almost the same size though? Like it ain't that much of a. We talk about a 1 inch. Like that's not that crazy. But let's go back, right?
14
42,
and 12. 42%.
42% field goal shooting, little nasty. A little matter of fact, let's go back see what Asia's shooting.
She probably shooting
It's
like
probably
50
50.
something.
It's probably like almost 60.
Yeah, she be going crazy.
It is 52. See, that's where I would imagine a big. You
Right.
had 50-ish. Like an NBA big, if you're not shooting
She's a
50%, terrible.
well polished big Asia Wilson is now in the league. Angel Reese is a rookie though. That's what we're doing. Even Asia Wilson ain't did what she's doing right now.
True. Okay, let's go
So
to. Hold on, I need the ESPN joints so I can know where I'm looking at. Bam. I have a hard time looking at this
16,
6
6,
and
and
seven
7.
and a half.
Bro, but listen,
I just have a
take
hard time looking at
but
that and
listen to
going,
what I'm saying.
she's who, what?
6, 14 and 12 and
Mm-hmm.
2. Look
Yes.
at this. 16, 6, and 7.
Yep.
Take five assists from Caitlin Clark and put them over in the rebounds, and they the same fucking stats damn near. Shit.
I mean, I guess you can look at it that
So
way.
so she's the point guard.
That's
She's
not
supposed to
the
have
no
more
no 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 no
assists
no no
though, and
no no
she's
no
the
wait, hold
big, and she
on.
got.
No, wait. I have a feeling.
They literally got the same fucking stats for their position they play. What's
No.
she shooting from the field?
From the field, she's shooting 40%,
So what?
39.3 or whatever. But she's shooting.
Okay,
Look
so
how many
there's
threes she's shooting. She's
that's
shooting
not that's her game.
181 of her shots.
That's her game though. Like
She
we
only
can't say
shot
look how many threes
100
she shoot.
shots. She shoots
Yes, when you
twice
got
as
the
many
green.
threes
Yes,
as
because she
regular
has the
shots.
green. She had the green light as soon as she put the shoes on for the Fever. They giving
Yeah,
her the green
duh.
light. She fighting for all her stuff.
Who fighting for who stuff? Angel Reese?
Angel's fighting for all
Gotta
her
stop
stuff.
this.
But like, come on, man, we're not finna do this.
Hold on. Let me see something. You got, let's see, what's your average? She averages 12 shots a game. Caitlin averages 12 shots a game. They shooting the same amount.
And they stats are identical. I'm just literally
They
getting
not identical. I'm getting 8
they,
assists. Hold on, we gotta
and she's
factor this
getting
in too.
12 boards.
Wait. We also have to factor this in too. How many assists would Caitlin Clark have if her teammates didn't fucking suck?
Oh,
Name
okay. Well, we not wait. I don't.
name one. Can you name one of the Fever besides Aaliyah Boston? Can you name another Fever player besides the South Carolina girl? That's the only other one I can name.
No, I don't. But I'm not finna go around and start naming 2 girls on each team. I don't even know how
That's
many
a good
teams
point.
there are.
That's
Like,
a good point.
so
But
like, I know.
Kennedy Carter, who bumped old girl, she just had 34. Cardoza
Right, she
over
have
there,
30 for
she coming.
Cardoza's over there.
She's
Right,
trying to get back in the mix. But my point is just,
it's the
it's
same.
not.
It's literally
No. It
it's
is
the
not
same
even
thing. It's
remotely the
they're
same.
both. They're. I wouldn't. To be
What?
honest, I wouldn't. Whoever wins deserves it. How about that?
No.
Yeah.
Well, no. I think it's so. To me, it's so clear.
It's
Like
one
this. You
shoots
know
the.
what? This is the Wimby conversation. This is exactly this. To me, it's the same shit. My team is garbage. Your team wasn't. Your team had the 7th and the 10th pick. One of those was a trade. So
But Wimby got rookie of the year though,
I also
didn't
want
he?
to. Yeah, he ended up winning it, but
Right.
it took till February before we stopped having the conversation about Chet or Wimby.
Paolo.
We
Oh
never
no,
had
Chet.
that.
No, wasn't it
Yeah,
Paolo though?
no, it wasn't Paolo. Chet and Paolo should have been fighting for rookie of the year, but Chet got
Oh,
hurt in
Chet
that
got
Drew
okay.
League
Yeah, okay.
game, and
That's why it threw me off. I'm like Chet. He wasn't in that year, but yeah,
we
yeah.
But it took till January,
Yeah, but
February for people to be like, "Oh,
we
it's
actually
over."
watched those games. Though we knew
Yeah,
Wemby.
yeah.
Come on now, like we're not finna
Me and
do.
you never had that conversation, but we
But
don't have a vote. We don't get a vote. People that
I
have a
feel like
vote have these
the
conversations.
the race is closer between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark
Oh,
than Chet and Wemby.
yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if
But
somebody has an argument for Angel Reese, I don't. I would. I mean, I just feel like who got the higher seed?
that's what I'm so glad you asked that because that's exactly what I was about to look up because
It's only 12 teams, right?
this is gonna, yeah, they got the same record.
Okay.
Oh, no, no, no. 9-12, 9-14. So not quite the same record.
Yeah, that means somebody gonna have two extra games at the end, though.
Yeah. But so we talking about roughly the same record. They're the seventh
And
and the
roughly the
eighth seed
same
right now.
stats. One just shoots more threes, and the other one shoots more in the paint.
I just don't win. To me, it's the same part. This is the same type of argument as the Chet Wemby thing. It's like we're gonna just ignore eight
No,
assists to one. That's not a small gap, right? I could imagine Caitlin Clark getting 12 rebounds before I can imagine Angel Reese getting 8 assists for any
yeah.
stretch of
Well,
time
yes.
ever.
But the
Yeah,
thing
but
about
that
it,
means
yeah.
that means I'm a better player than
Well,
you.
no,
What is it?
or
What are
it's
we
because
talking
that's
about?
not her game. She's the point guard. I hope my point guard can average 8
Okay,
assists.
let me ask you a question
Just
because I
like I
feel
hope
like
my big can get double doubles. I
let
don't
me,
care if my bigs can pass it out or not. I mean that's why Joker is such a big thing is because you got a
but it's
big that
not
actually got
about
IQ to
passing
pass
it
it
out.
out.
I run the team. You
Right.
you put back your
She's
own
ball
miss.
dominant.
You put back your own
She
miss
be
five
okay now.
times.
Okay, like would she be getting everybody else's boards? She really be
Hold
down there
on, just
banging though.
think
Like
about this though. Do the math, right?
I guess she's an unorthodox shooter and she
No,
gets
wait.
her own
Unorthodox.
boards.
It was very polite of you to say.
That's what it is. She's an
Oh,
unorthodox scorer.
think about this. That's not unorthodox, bro. Okay, hold
The
on.
way she
Before you get me
scores is
detracted,
unorthodox
it's
though.
not. We've seen it 1,000 times. But who do you think? I'll ask you two questions. Who do you think is a better basketball player, LeBron or Shaq?
Better basketball player?
Better just basketball player. Yeah.
LeBron.
Who is the more skilled basketball player, LeBron or
LeBron.
Shaq? Why?
Because he's just better all around. He's just more skillful.
Because he
Like
can
Shaq
do
is,
more, right?
but Shaq is good for what he's good for. It's
Well,
boards and points.
but
But
you
that
would
don't mean.
never
But that
say
okay.
Shaq
But
is a more skilled or a better player
okay.
than
But
LeBron,
that didn't
right?
stop Shaq. That didn't stop Shaq from getting MVPs in the finals.
It
Just
didn't.
because he was one just boards and points.
But
He had Kobe and he still got the MVPs.
but the question at hand is who
Like
and see
I
this
get what you're
we'll
saying.
get back to my actual point with this. What rookie of the year should be is who is the best player as a rookie. It shouldn't
Well,
be
no, it shouldn't
nothing
be
else
who's the
tied
best
into
player.
that.
Okay, who's the best player as a rookie, but who's also the best player and contributed the most to their team as a
Caitlin
rookie
Clark.
as well.
It's not even remote.
Like,
If
bro,
you're talking about who contributes the most to their team, how about the person who averages 8 assists and runs the whole offense?
I get that, but how about the person that has 14 straight double doubles too?
What that's not the same thing. I'm responsible for what let's just imagine, let's just use 8, we'll use 7.5 and say it's only layups. None of these assists are threes. So I'm contributing 14 points minimum off assists per game plus my 16. And
She's the
you putting back your own miss.
or no, because she averages like what 3 offensive rebounds a game too.
Who?
Angel Reese.
Yeah.
Offensive rebounds.
And that's what I was gonna say. I want you to think about this, right? So 3 is okay. Some games you got 1. Some games you got 5 or 6. If you're averaging 12 rebounds, you average. Let's say you have a game. We'll just use the average, right? She averages 3. What's the actual number? Matter of fact,
I don't know. I know this last game she had 14, 13 rebounds and 11 defensive. That means the other ones at least two or three offensive rebounds.
Hold on, I got to do the math because and see that's another weird thing I realized they don't have like per game.
Yeah,
Oh, they
they just
do.
do average.
It ain't 3. It's 5.
5 what?
5. They do have it. 5 offensive. Let me pull it back up so you can see.
5 offensive rebounds a game.
5 offensive rebounds a game.
That's good.
Yeah, but that also it's not good if you're shooting 30.
Who says it's
40%?
Well, who says they all hers?
Well, we can do math real quick.
No. I mean, how you gonna do math?
If I take 12, it's right here, Pete.
I don't know that just because just an offensive rebound means it's somebody else can shoot it, and I get it. That's I'm on offense, so it's my board is offense.
Let's have some fun here. Let's look at it a different way, right? Let's look at it.
We out here now. You want to speculate?
It's not speculation because let's look at what it is, right?
But we just looking at stats. We're not looking at whose board it actually was who offensive board it actually was.
Let me go through the points so you can actually hear because you're just in denial right now.
I'm not in denial.
I'll start backwards from where I was going to start. Then she averages 1.5 assists per game. Okay, let's start there. 2. I'll give her 2. Yeah,
I would too. That's what right? Round up.
It's 2. Okay. Let's give her half. It's probably not half, but let's give her half of one of those 2 is an offensive rebound and a kick out to an assist, right? Let's be generous, right?
No, I don't think she's doing that.
Okay, so you and me.
I think most of her assists come from when she catch it at the wing and she always jump stop at the free throw line.
Okay, then follow me here because this is where I ended up. I don't know how you ended up where you was at, and I ended up this way because of this. 2 assists, right? She averages 5 offensive rebounds. Can you guess how many field goals she averages?
I don't know. She shoots 12
it's right here.
So you'll probably say 4.
5.
I can't really see that. It's why I can't. My eyes ain't that good.
It's because I can't even. I don't even know how this shit looks. So sorry if it looks kind of wonky here. 5 of 12 is the average per game. So you could infer without watching the games from the stats, but I'll be generous, right? We'll be generous here.
Mm-hmm.
You get 5 offensive rebounds a game, and you make 5 shots a game, and get fouled, go to the free throw line. 5 times a game.
Mm-hmm.
That don't sound. You don't get nothing from that.
So you trying to say she missed?
It sounds like
and then she gets fouled.
Half the time you get fouled, you're gonna get fouled 2 to 3 times a game off of that, and that's where you're getting all your points from. Because 5 times 2 is 10, plus you go to the free throw line 2 times, that's 4. You getting everything, and to be fair, from watching some of the shit, you gonna tell me that's not what it looked like most of the time? I'm gonna get it on the wing, drive, miss the layup, get it, put back. That's what happens half the possessions that she puts up a shot is that.
So now we getting points off. Even if that was the theory, we getting points off from working hard, following your shot, doing what you're supposed to do in the basketball game. You could miss and then say like, oh, I missed and let somebody else get the ball, or you could just go be a dog and go get the ball. You know what I'm saying? I will hate somebody who will just go for a layup and be like, bro, what are you doing? Go get the board. Like, if you could bounce and you can go get it off your feet that quick, go get it. Like,
oh, now I got to see something real quick.
I don't know, man. We
either way, I hate the way the rookie of the year shit is because
I don't even know how it's voted on in the WNBA, to be perfectly honest.
On top of all of that, on top of all this argument, because now it is an argument to be had. It's more of an argument to be had than it was in the beginning.
Yeah, because everybody thought she was gonna fold and not even do anything remotely what she doing now. Caitlin Clark was gonna run away with it.
Who thought that?
That's what I mean. I don't know who does. I mean, I'm not saying you thought it. I'm just saying
that's what happened though. At first, the first 5 games, that's kind of what happened. She was having 7 and 8 or some shit like that. It was like, oh, it's not even close.
And then Caitlin Clark didn't do well either at her first couple games. So I mean, they have to get acclimated.
Yeah, but we can't pretend.
But they both playing exactly how they played in college.
But no, my whole thing is that we this is where it gets weird. The narratives, right? The narrative with the Chet Wemby conversation was the Thunder are winning and Wemby has 8 wins. And to me, it was always like, what the fuck does that matter? What does winning matter
I don't
for
care. I don't
rookie
care
of the
about.
year. This ain't MVP. I'm not finna.
They
I
they
won't
got
give an
the same. They
MVP to
literally
somebody
have
with
the
10
same stat.
wins.
I mean, they literally have the same record. So it's just like that winning. You can't say winning when both of them have 9 wins.
But
So
the other part of
I
that
feel
to
like they
me,
both contribute to both their team's success, though. That's. I mean, I've watched the game. I say
yeah,
I think they
sure.
just do it differently.
One is
Well,
a
I mean, one of
lot
them is like a,
more though.
but one like as a rookie. Like I mean, Andrew Reese is 21 years old and a rookie, and she bringing the type of energy to that locker room and that court that a lot of them girls probably ain't never had before. Like,
But
sorry. I mean, I don't know. It's a different type of aura. You know what I'm saying? Like you doing that. Like,
Lance Stevenson
it's
brought a lot
true
of
though.
energy to the game
He
too. But what
did.
did that do?
He so did
Paul George
Draymond. You
was
see what
better.
that did?
You said what?
You said I said so did Draymond Green. You see how that came out?
Yeah, but see, you can't use Draymond because guess who has the ball in their hands 90% of the time for the Warriors offense? Draymond Green. That's why he's different.
He was to have
He's
but I'm
playing
saying
the
like
best
energy
big man on
wise.
defense, and he's making every decision on offense of okay, Clay get it this time, Curry get it this time. What play are we calling? Oh, here's the screen.
Right.
Now I got to look for the big man on the
I'm
cut.
not saying they're the same player. I'm just saying like energy wise, there
This
are
ain't.
they
Oh,
team.
you know what this is? To this here, and you know what? We're shout out to the people that watch because you probably know better than we do. Watching, we're better football guys when we start breaking down football than basketball. So let's go to a football analogy. One is the quarterback, and the other one is a receiver. Would we ever
Okay.
make? Are we ever going to make? Like, look, Tyreek had to close in on 2,000 yards before we would even remotely consider making a wide receiver
Okay. Yeah,
an
but
MVP.
okay, let's do it like this. One's a rookie quarterback that did but we want to give it to him because he's a quarterback, and the other one is a
Did
receiver that broke
in
that's breaking receiver
one
rookie
record.
records.
One record.
And
That's like
yeah, but
having a reception record. Oh, you
uh,
average 10
uh,
and 10.
I didn't say just. I said every receiver record. That's because that's basically she's setting the mark for the consecutive double doubles. Like I'm saying, that's never been. If it was easy to do, somebody in the WA wouldn't have did it. It was a lot of good players that came. Lisa Leslie didn't do it. Candace Parker didn't do it. Brianna Stewart ain't did it. Asia Wilson ain't did it. Like so, it's like it's a lot of good females that came through. So
Hold on. I need to look at something. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
she had her
14,
14th one
15,
today.
16, 17, 18. Wait, one. I can't have this wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2. And see, that's where it's like,
what?
It's LeBron. If we going,
what did you count?
I'm counting Asia Wilson's 9-10 rebound games, right?
9 or
nine,
nine? Oh,
None.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's
I
1,
would say
2,
9
3,
T
4,
round.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 under 10 rebound games. Two
Okay.
of them are less than 9 rebounds. So it's not like she's doing 15 and 15 for 14 straight games, which would be a little more like, damn, you got 15 rebounds, 15 straight times. No. We're talking about something where people like it's a stretch here in Asia Wilson shit where it's what is this?
She went crazy like 30 and 6 and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's the other side. It's like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. But it's like 7 of 10 straight with 7 out of 10.
She broke that record though.
7 out of 10 straight games with 13 rebounds. More than 13. It's 13, 10, 13, 15, 15, 9, 12. Like, what? The rebound thing is one of them things. That's one of them LeBron things. Or LeBron scored the most left-handed layups on a Thursday night in April in
That's definitely not the same.
2024.
That's definitely not the same thing.
It's pretty close. We talking about
I can see if I don't know. It just I don't know. I mean, I just we starting to downplay what she really doing because we trying to give Caitlin Clark. Give Caitlin Clark. She's not running away with it. She's on her heels.
It's the exact opposite. We're going to pretend like Caitlin Clark ain't just been doing the same steady shit,
We
16,
ain't
6, and
pretending.
7. No,
We
that's what
see
we
it all.
doing.
That's what I literally just said. But whoever win it deserve it. You said no.
Yeah, because I don't think, because
So I
even the
know exactly what
conversation we
they
had with
doing.
the LeBron Shaq thing is like, we would never say because this person does one thing better than everybody that they're better than them. Okay, you've rebounded more than 10 more in consecutively more than anybody else has. What does that
Right.
mean though?
It'd be the same thing
Especially
if
we looking at it the way I look at it, where okay, if let's be generous and say half of your points are coming from putbacks or and ones on putbacks. You're not scoring
well, I mean,
30. We're talking about this happens 3, 4 times a game. And we looking
right.
at that like it's like this big feat, but I don't see it that way. Anytime I've seen it, it's just like, okay, she's a solid 4. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, she is the forward. That's
yeah,
what
you
she
just
is.
solid. Like, I would like right now, it's like we I never watched Chris Bosh and was like, Chris Bosh is a dog. You know what I mean? No. He passively just I'm here. But that's the thing.
Chris Bosh used to get buckets though with the
I was
Raptors
just
though.
gonna say, but you never watched Chris Bosh get 25 and 12 and was like, oh my God. It was always just kind of like, yeah, he doing what he do. He gonna get 20 and 10. That's what he did in Toronto, 20 and 10, no matter what. I just look at it the same way with the Angel Reese shit, where it's like, okay, how many times can I see you drive left and miss the layup and get it back and put like,
The
okay, that's cool. That's
same amount of times that we got to see Caitlin Clark bring it down, probably get ripped or call for a pick and shoot a three. Like
but
so, just like
but
so. What are we
wait.
doing
So we gonna
here?
pretend like it don't take more skill to be a point guard?
I didn't say that.
So
I just
then
said you said how many
inherently,
times do we got to watch her do this and get a vote? Same thing with Caitlin Clark.
yeah, but
Pick
one
because I
takes
can't
more
dribble.
skill than the other
I
one.
can't dribble, so come pick me real quick. That's exactly what it is. Unless she
One,
till she gets.
one can't, the other one can't dribble. That's where we start getting. That's my whole point of some of this.
I
It's like
wish Paige never got hurt. We wouldn't even have this conversation.
you can't shoot, you can't dribble, you can't pass. You don't
She
necessarily
just
play
gets
defense
buckets,
that
and
well.
hey,
It's
she just in
14
there.
buckets because I wouldn't even say Caitlin Clark just gets buckets either at
It's no,
16.
she don't. I mean, that's what I
So
said.
that's where
Caitlin
it's like,
Clark is the bucket getter, and she gets 16. So what are we doing here?
I guess we also we have to be careful with this conversation because it's slightly skewed. Because even in, I'm looking at it right now, I pull it up. I keep forgetting it's better now. I can just do this and fucking show you. Caitlin Clark with 16 is the 13th leading scorer in the league. That's
I
crazy.
don't want to talk about this no more.
That's what I that shit
What are
just
we
fucked me up.
arguing about?
That shit just fucked me up. Like, wait, hold on. Okay, maybe we just need to. This conversation is fucked up
I
because
mean, Angel Reese is
I
what
thought they was,
20.
I thought they was both going to be way farther down. I was like, yeah, look at all these other people averaging 20, and it was like, oh wait, no, not averaging 20 at all.
Man, what are we arguing about?
Angel Reese is
It's
22nd, but this wasn't even the point. We got sidetracked. The point was the way that rookie of the years are voted on is fucking nonsense. Yeah, Wemby won it this year, but it was like a technicality that he just by January
well,
ish,
he was
5 months
actually a
in,
rookie. How
that
about that?
too. But he was so much of a better player towards
Well,
the end of the
yes,
year that it was like, what were
it
we
was.
even talking? People were trying, not us, not we, but people in the media were trying to portray it as one's winning and one's not, and their stats are close. And it's
Yeah,
like,
we already won.
okay, true, but I watched the games and one is like a freaky monster nigga doing shit. They don't even look real. You know
One
what I
gets
mean?
bullied in the post, and one is people are scared to even
People are
drive when he's on the
scared.
floor.
And the other
Did you see that video of the dude of
who
in
did a
him
circle.
practice? And
Oh
he's,
no. You talking about the
his
one recently
practice?
where he was turned around and jumped
I mean, it was
back the wrong
goaltending, but it
way?
was still just like, what the heck?
Like, you're not supposed to be able to do that. You're not supposed to be able to be
You
turned the
know,
wrong way, keep turning and just jump and go, give me that.
yeah. To close out this debate, shout out to both them girls. But you know who else to shout out to? Shout out to my homies because I was on a porch with them a couple days ago, and I told them if I played Angel Reese 1-on-1, it would be 12-4. I would wax her shit, and I was just like, and they was like, she's in the league. How you gonna beat her? I'm like, I
Shoot.
don't want to bring her down too much. But I was like, she ain't gonna be able to keep up with me foot speed off the
Hell
dribble.
no.
They was like, and then they was like, she in the league. I'm gonna say, I said it will be
All
12-4
right.
if I played Angel Reese, like
I'm
easily.
with you.
And Caitlin Clark too.
It
Like
was
we ain't
so
getting on
funny.
that. Like
They asked did you ever see that video? They asked some dude, it was just like a dude, random white dude on the street, blonde, white guy, just looked like a nerdy dude. It was like, hey, do you think you could beat Caitlin Clark one-on-one? He was like, absolutely. And then
yes,
somebody came from off screen and was like, he played at Duke for 5 years, or he played at North Carolina for 5 years. They were like, you played in North Carolina? He was like, yes.
just random
I
dude.
averaged
Like
like 10 for North Carolina. It's like, damn. It's like, well, yeah, he of course he answered like, yeah. Like it might
yeah,
be
I will. Yeah.
close because she could shoot. I think that's what he ended up saying. Is like it could be close because she might be
No,
able to shoot a couple shots. But other than that, like, yeah,
that's
duh.
only if you let her shoot. But if you play actual defense on her, bro, she's not going to score.
That shit funny though. I think
I
I
really feel like Angel Reese will probably score more on me than Caitlin Clark will.
people miss that shit where they're like, oh my god, Steph Curry is like so small compared to everybody out there, right? And it's like, well, he's as tall as Angel Reese, and she's a
Right.
big. Like imagine what would happen if they had to play any type of basketball, even doing drills would just be like, all right, get out of here. But let me go through this real quick, right? Because there was another one. The rookie of the year should just bother me because for a segment there a couple weeks ago, I think the Sky had a better record than the Fever for a little bit. And that's what people started doing. Well, it's like, well, look, she's breaking the record. They're winning more games than the Fever. Caitlin Clark averages 7 turnovers, which to me is like, okay, she's a Scotty Barnes won rookie of the year for 22. So 2 years ago.
He's still.
Paolo was the first. Paolo was like, all
That
right,
was
clearly Paolo was rookie of the year, his year.
yeah. That draft class was horrible too,
Yeah,
though.
because second next was Matherin from the Pacers. And then Jalen Williams, maybe, but the first half of his year wasn't good enough to actually make up for the second half. You know what I mean? Or the
Right, right.
vice versa. So Scotty Barnes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what bothered me because I heard somebody talking about the Angel Reese Caitlin Clark thing. Then I went back and looked. And I was like, why do we do this? Right? We almost did it. Imagine we live in a world where Wemby didn't win Rookie of the Year, bro.
To who though?
To Chet. because
Oh, they
because the
weren't gonna do that.
Thunder are a winning team. That's what people and that has contributed to rookie of the years over and over and over and over again. Because 2022, this was a good draft class, right? You got Franz from the Magic, Jalen Green from the
Mm-hmm.
Rockets, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes. Those are your top 5 rookie of the year vote getters. Cade Cunningham averaged 17, 6, and 6, basically, if we rounding up the halves, right?
Right. He just got paid.
Yeah, boy, shout out. He came in like it was he came in a distant third essentially, right? Which is
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Second was Evan Mobley, who averaged 15, 2 assists, and almost 2 blocks. 3 assists, really. And they both lost to Scotty Barnes, who averaged 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists with a steal and a block, kind of, you know what I mean? 0.7 blocks.
That's the
Those are all like
Raptors.
those are
That was
all
gonna be
really
that was,
close though, right? Like that's the thing.
right.
Like the statistically,
Well, none
Jalen
of those
Green averaged
teams was
17.
none of those teams were actually theoretically good, right? That was those
Hmm.
years. I can't remember back that day that far away.
Now that's the point. So let me go. And this one, I'll go back, and this is constantly. If you just keep going back through all the rookie years, this happens constantly. We're like, hey, that dude averaged 23 and 5 and 5. Like, how the fuck did he end up fourth in the fucking rookie of the year shit? You know what I mean? Like, how Ben Simmons averaged 15, 8, and 8. Donovan Mitchell was averaging 24 as a rookie.
Oh yeah.
He was averaging like 23.8 points or some crazy shit like that. It was like, wait, how did 8 and 8 really matter that much? No, it doesn't. If we go back and look, so let's compare. They're all in the East. So Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, and Scotty Barnes. The Pistons were 14th, right?
Right.
Cade Cunningham was third. The Cavaliers won 44 games. He was second. Where's the Raptors on here? The Raptors, there it is. Yeah, the Raptors were in 5th place and won 48 games.
Yeah, so that's why.
That's why he won.
Didn't they
But
have Siakam though that
they
year?
had Siakam. This is a year removed from
Removed
after
from Kawhi.
Kawhi. So they
They
still had
still went to the
Siakam,
ECF that
Van
year.
Vliet, like
They went to the ECF that year still, didn't they?
I don't know. But here they had this ain't even it. But yeah, like that's just my point. Is like, why does winning matter? Why does the narratives matter for a an award that's supposed like MVP is a little more malleable depending on how you view being valuable. You know what I mean? But rookie of the year
Right.
is like, who is the best player? That's a rookie. And I feel like
I
we
feel like rookie of the year is kind of like MVP for rookies, though, right? So you
kind
kind
of,
of see it like that.
but
That's why.
and that's a for me, my view of it is that's a problem because winning shouldn't matter when you just got drafted by the worst team in the league or one of the you know what I
That's
mean
that. I
one
mean,
of
that's a
them
good point, though.
because then you have
That
a
is a
lot
good
of that
one
shit where
because
it's
it's
like
just like, well, they're never going to win. Like,
never
so what
gonna
happens
win
that
rookie of the
again?
year. Yeah, like we're never gonna get that shit ever if we just decide like whose team is better and then put the stats in after that. Because I feel like that's kind of what happened with a
Well, I
bunch of
mean,
these.
it's only 12 teams. Ain't everybody basically number one?
Well, no,
But
I'm not. I'm past the WNBA now. I'm
oh,
just more
okay.
speaking to why
Like
rookie of the
in
year
general,
gets treated like a MVP, but MVP makes sense that we base it on record because if you're the best player on the best team, you have to be pretty valuable, which is why Steve Nash won over Kobe, even though none of us view that year, even
or LeBron.
or LeBron, like
Oh,
none of that
that
shit.
was just.
Shaq, nothing. Like it's not even no, we don't even view Steve Nash that way ever
At
again. It never happened
people
ever
forget he
again.
got three of them until,
He
but
got
then you
two.
put up, yeah, two, but
He
you put
got
up the
back to
stats.
back, I think.
Yeah, back both of them. He robbed LeBron, but
Yeah.
it's like,
The
what are we
first one was
doing here?
Kobe though. Kobe was averaging that was like '07 when he dropped 81. He had just dropped 81 the year before, came back. He was averaging 32 or something. And this man was averaging 15 and 10 and got
Yeah,
yeah, it's like what are we but I get that. I get the MVP because it's like the best player on the best team is the most valuable, specifically basketball because there's only 5 people. You know what I mean?
right.
There's with football
Yeah, I
that
don't
would
know.
get
It kind of
weird.
gets shaky when you got Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum on the same
True,
team.
which is
Who's
a
really
new
the
thing.
MVP?
Yeah, that's
Like
a
it's
whole
just
new
like,
thing we got to go through. But it's just crazy. Like,
but football. I mean, it's kind of not because it's just like we know the quarterback's getting now. Everybody else
oh
is in the
yeah,
running for offensive player of the year. That's all it
but it just
is.
be like
Like
imagine that shit. Like, if you did football the same way, we would just it'd be like
you know
Christian
how
McCaffrey would be up there. We wouldn't even
you
talked about Brock Purdy. We would have never talked about Dak. We would have
you know
never
how
put
easy
Tua
it
in
is.
there.
But I mean, you know how easy it is in NFL for basically is rookie of the year is whoever's the best quarterback in the draft class, or maybe the best running
Oh,
back.
that's a good. I never thought about that.
When the last time somebody other than a quarterback's won?
I don't know. I have no idea actually. Let's look. Damn. Okay.
It got to be like
I ain't even gonna
20.
say the names. I'm just gonna go through.
Jonathan Stewart, maybe. I mean, not Jonathan
No, the
Stewart.
last one
Jason.
was Garrett Wilson. So it's quarterback, wide receiver, quarterback, running back, running back, wide
So
receiver, running back,
more.
quarterback. It's mixed.
It's mixed. It's more
It's
mixed.
more quarterbacks, but it's pretty good at how it's mixed up. Now MVP, that's a whole different one.
Yeah, oh, yeah. We're not gonna get on that one. We
That's
already know what's going on with
disgusting.
that. It's gonna be
But
quarterback,
yeah,
quarterback, quarterback, quarterback. That's how it's gonna
yeah,
say.
exactly. But I think football needs to take a little more of like the basketball approach. Hey, who's the best player on this team? Who is driving this team? Is it an offensive lineman? Okay, then that person can be in the MVP race. You know what I mean? That's what it should be. Because
Yeah,
Tyreek was
good luck with
carrying the
that.
team. Christian McCaffrey not
Yeah, so
carrying,
was
but like,
Jason Kelsey.
yeah. But that's where it gets a
But it's just
little
like,
squirrely. Yeah.
Is Aaron Donald
I
in the
don't think Aaron
MVP
Donald can carry a team. That's why it's almost leaned more towards like
offense?
offense and pass rush. Because Aaron Donald pass rush, but he didn't benefit from how good he was. Does that make sense?
Chris
He's a
Jones did.
Chris Jones did. Yeah. But that's why it's like, but Aaron Donald did at a certain point. It's just
He
at
carried him in
the
that Super Bowl. He make the play when the play needs to happen. How about that?
yeah, but I guess on a even Chris Jones on a down to down basis, you being dominant really helps your ends
Right.
more times than it helps you actually like win a rep and like get through and get
Well, yeah.
a
I mean, the
stat.
more dominant your D tackle is, you can
Yeah.
tell by how your ends like
Mm-hmm.
single how many sacks they get. That's what I was telling everybody this year.
The linebacker
Uh,
tackles
uh,
for loss and shit. Yeah.
um, what's his name? Homeboy. Man, it's just out of my mind. 97. What's his name?
97
Not
for who?
97. Us, white boy. DE. It's going out my brain for some
Karloftis?
reason. Karlaftis. I said he gonna go
I don't even
crazy
think he
this
wear
year.
90.
No, he's like 90. He's 90 something, ain't he? 97 is Chris Jones, I
Hell no,
think.
he's 56.
85. Is he?
Yeah, that's why I was
Who's
like
97? Oh, I'm
97.
thinking of who's 97.
A Minihue might be 97.
That's because those are gonna be our starting two line DEs.
No, a Minihue wearing 90.
Who's
I don't know who the
97,
fuck
bro?
97. I don't think we. Well, I think
I
97
swear
is
we
one
had
of
a
the
97.
defensive
Oh,
tackles.
TK.
Mm.
TK is 97, ain't he?
No, it's FAU now, right now.
FAU.
The rookie. Well, not rookie.
The one who came from K State.
Yeah, the K State dude. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. He's gonna have a monster year this year. That's what I was.
He
I'm like
should,
somebody's
shit.
97 I was talking about because he's gonna be a starter this year, right? He should be. But
Should be.
anyway,
Yeah, like
that's what I'm saying. Like, but things like that is like Chris Jones is so dominant that it gives DEs like that. Like he fucking around have
true.
10 sacks this year because Chris Jones sitting right next to him.
But that's why
And
it's
that's
like
how
they need to do the MVP like that so we can have it. Just gets tiring that and this is the same, and I feel like we've had this conversation about this thing a bunch of times where, and this could be a good segue into the next section, where these old white guys from like the 60s and 70s
still got votes.
Not just have votes, but they have decided and dictated like how the majority of people like view awards. Because if you're a vote, if you have a vote, and this is just inherently how things work, right? If you have a vote and you tell me what the criteria you vote for is, and I don't have a vote, I'm just sitting on the sideline waiting to see the results, right. If you tell me that, then I am always constantly going to internalize how you view the game and how that is based on the awards. Yeah, like how that affects the awards is how I'm going to just naturally kind of view stuff, especially if I'm not thinking critically about these things, right? So like the MVP thing, if you tell me, well, the quarterback is obviously the most important player on the team, and that's where the criteria for MVP in the NFL comes from, then now we're just having a conversation about who's the best quarterback every year instead of who's the most valuable player.
Right. I mean, the words is in the award.
Yeah, if I got somebody like Tyreek and Tua, why is Tua in the MVP race, but then Tyreek blowing out the offensive player of the year race, but I get my he got half of his 4,000 came from my 2,000.
Right.
Half of his
it's like Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy.
Yeah, like if half of your completions are to one person, like then we should really, we got to stop doing that where it's like, well, the quarterback is the most important because he always has the ball. Okay, that doesn't necessarily dictate value though.
Especially take Tyreek Hill out the game. Y'all not doing
none of that. And we've seen that happen.
We've seen that.
We watched
seen him locked up. Well, we like, seen him locked up.
What happens if we take Tyreek away? You guys lose. That's what happens. so Tua can't be that valuable. You know what I mean? We watched Dak. I guess I had to say it for fucking 7, 8 straight months. Like, I don't care if they winning now. I don't care. Like, I've seen Dak shit his pants. And what happened in the playoffs? He kept missing CD, and CD came up to him, hey, bro, what the fuck are you doing on TV? Like, walked up to him like, what the fuck was that? And you telling me that's the MVP, the dude getting yelled at by his wide receiver. And just like, oh. What happened when Pat got yelled at by his wide receiver? Somebody had to hold him back because he was chasing Rashee Rice down the sideline, screaming at him. Yeah, like don't tell me you open it. What the fuck? Like I'm finna chase you down and tell you, like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit you talk about. Like,
You know who else open trash?
yeah, yeah, exactly. You know who else opened? Me on 3rd and 5. That's what I could have just ran it, but I still threw it. I'm still throwing it to you. Getting, but that's beside the point. Now we're getting into a rant.
he
But it's so
he crashed
silly.
out.
It's so silly. Like these old white dudes who are 50, 60 years old just decided some shit 30 years ago, and we all just live by it now. We all have just accepted it for no other reason than somebody said it. Somebody else said that back in 1995, and now that's just law. That's
Yeah,
stupid to me.
quarterback. You
That's
gotta
stupid
to
to
in
me.
order to win it. That's not a quarterback. You got to break some crazy record that's been around for like ever.
Yeah. Like who was the last MVP that wasn't a quarterback?
Shit, it's been like 20 years, hasn't it?
It's been a long time.
I can't even remember to be honest, and I'd be what 31 ish.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, who's there? Oh, that's runner up. 2012, Adrian Peterson.
So it's
That
been
was it.
10, 12 years.
Yeah, it been
Yeah, he
12
what did he do?
years.
He broke the rushing record that year, didn't he? He went over 2,000 rushing yards or something like
Oh,
that.
that is disgusting, bro. Let's see. 2012 MVP season. And they went to the playoffs. That was a it's that's the thing, is
He
like,
was the best player on that team, boy, up because they didn't
oh,
have
easily.
nobody except him. Like they would just turn
Easily.
around, just here you go, bro.
Yeah, he had 2,097 yards, 12 touchdowns. 12 touchdowns is kind
12
of low.
touchdowns. Yeah.
He only the most he ever had was 18. That just don't sound right. Like Adrian Peterson didn't score touchdowns, but I guess that makes sense because they didn't really make the playoffs a lot. They made the playoffs with AP 3 years, 4 years. But yeah,
Hmm.
like
When
I
when you
to
start.
me, I guess that's the difference too. Is like a lot of those guys that, and this is me talking. I didn't necessarily play fucking organized anything but football. You know what I mean? But like I played sports my entire childhood, teenage years, just playing at the park, wherever the fuck, you know what I mean?
Right.
Everything. And I think when you kind of lack that a little bit, like especially some of those white dudes that are writers that have votes and talk about this stuff, like you maybe
Never.
didn't grow up playing or playing with people that were like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like you played basketball. Like I played basketball with people that went D1. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
like that's where you played football, basketball, all this shit with baseball with people that went to the league. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I think when you have that in your head where you're like, I'm right here with this person is much better than all of us. Right? But we still win games though. We don't just lose because the nigga just better than everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think if you don't have that in your head growing up and you just kind of like, I watch on TV only, or I watched on TV till I was 15 or 13 and then tried to play in high school, like kind of like Skip Bayless shit, where he was like, yeah,
Never.
I
Never.
didn't make the team till I was a junior. I played
And I was on
JV when I was a
JV as a
junior.
senior or
Yeah,
some shit
yeah.
like that.
And it's like, oh, the coach didn't like me. It's like, well, like that's how the shit goes. Like, but it
He
doesn't.
don't strike me as a hooper anyway, so
That's my point. Is like you just don't seem like, and I'm not athletic. I'm not. That's not even my point. But if you didn't, I guess it's kind of a culture thing. I guess I don't know how else to say it. It's not a white black thing. It's just a sports culture thing. When you don't have that part of you actually in your DNA from growing up, like
right.
actually going outside. You got the ball, you go knock on niggas' doors, and hey, we finna, you know what I mean? You ain't never did none of that. You just, oh, I
I
showed
just
up to the
watched.
gym when I was 14 and tried to make the team and did because I live in fucking Boston. You know what I mean? I live in Boston somewhere where everybody is a 5'9" white dude. So I'm just slightly more athletic than everybody. But like, if you don't have that, I feel like you just miss that part of like, now we're talking about silly shit. We're not talking about who's better than who. You see how me and you, we took the stats and had an argument about who we thought was better between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And none of that came down to like goofy shit that wasn't based off of them and how they play the game. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
we had a conversation about how each of them plays the game and them specifically as the singular player. You know, like
Right.
I brought in the assists, but the assists are only because, hey, if I throw it to you and you brick it, hey, I should have 12 assists. But you brick every time I pass this bitch in the corner. We run the same play. I pass it to her, she fucking bricks it or drops the ball or some goofy shit. Now I get a turnover. But it's like that's a personal thing. It's like that's instead of fucking talking about winning and the story and intangible. Like I heard somebody talk about that shit. They thought somebody was a better quarterback or something because like Lamar's better than Josh Allen because intangibles. It was some stupid shit like that. It was like now we just talking about nonsense.
Yeah, I'm done arguing about
But
Lamar.
I bring that up too because it's this pattern of things. It's the same fucking thing, and that's why I'm just bringing this up, and we can jump into this for a second. As the goddamn Jordan and LeBron shit, bro. I'm glad they did this shit because that's what made me put that shit back up there too. I heard a
Was it on there?
conversation about
Oh yeah,
did
you
I
talking
take it
about
off?
the
Yeah, yeah.
people Jordan was playing.
But because somebody liked a video we did on TikTok recently that was old, and we were like, I was like, I just want people to fucking stop this, like, give it up. Like, can we just move on from Michael Jordan? It's over, you know, like we don't talk about no other athlete from the fucking 80s the way we do about
You know what? Why though? You know
marketing.
exactly. Well, and then his shoes.
Well, the
It's his
shoes,
shoes.
but the shoes is part of the marketing thing. But but a problem with this shit is those 50, 60-year-old white guys that we talking about, how old were they 30, 40 years ago?
Oh yeah,
They
20
was
something
20, 30. Yeah, they was
and
25,
unathletic.
30, and washed up. Yeah, like I played JUCO basketball half a year. It was over with.
I don't know why people thought like they thought I was tripping because I said if I played basketball in the 80s, I would probably average 15.
I don't think
And
you're not tripping that much.
and then
Oh,
everybody's like,
you average
"Oh,
9
you going
instead. Okay.
yeah."
Like
But then
what the
I
fuck?
was just like the game is like I said that I would probably have a harder time scoring in today's game than
Oh, a
in
thousand
the
percent.
80s.
Because you can
Like cuz in the,
shoot. Can you shoot?
yeah, I can shoot.
Okay, then that's you're done. Can you go between your legs more than one time in a row?
Come on now.
You good. Can you go behind the back and catch it with the offhand? You good. Do you have a left hand? Can you dribble full court with somebody on you with your left hand?
I'm just going
Then
pure
you
based
could.
off athletic ability. I don't even have to do any of that. I'm saying full court sprint. I don't think a lot of people in the 80s that I
Oh no,
watched
it's
play against
athletes out
Jordan.
there that was going crazy. But the problem
I'm
is
saying like a lot of
you would
those
have
guys
been
he was
doing
playing like
magical shit. If you could bring the ball up with your offhand, you was doing magical shit back then. If you could, I might have to find that clip. It's a clip of
I know we
Jordan
tell you that.
where he goes behind the back. I think it might be with his right. He goes behind the back with his right and reaches across his body to catch the ball with his right. And they were like, "Oh my god, what did he just do? He just did something we've never seen before." It was
That
like,
Sham guy would have went crazy back then.
throw it the ball behind his back. Oh, Sham guy would have been a magician. Manu Ginobili coming in with a Euro step would have been like, that's travel.
That's definitely travel. Two steps. That's how you get two there to there. That what? That ain't adding up. They'll go crazy.
It's so
I just
sick, bro. Like,
I just hate doing the comparison to air because
oh, it's ridiculous.
obviously you always want your air to elevate. I mean, as the time passes, you want the air to elevate. So, and that's what every old head said. Well, as long as they get better by generation, this is. But then when we start saying this player is better than old generations, then they
Ain't
like,
nothing better than the
hey,
past.
wait, exactly. Well, the past thing, they ain't beating us like that in my day. It's just like, nah, bro. I could literally look at some of these kids now and I'm like, bro, y'all probably hooping my set. When I'm 18, 19, these kids is out of control. Like 18, 19s, let's start here. Everybody who want to hoop nowadays is 6'5" or taller. Like
Yeah.
5 years from now, the NBA gonna be 6'3" and taller. You can't be shorter than 6'3" unless your name is Bronny James.
Yeah, you
Like,
literally can't play.
like if you is other than that, you ain't gonna be able to play in the NBA.
But like
You got
it fucked me up, bro. I want you to just think about this because we get into a sick spot like where this shit finna be gross in the
you know
future.
what's
The
also about to
conversations we
be,
try to have.
and I had a weird like mind. Like I was talking about basketball with one of my homies, and I kind of brought it up. I said, bro, in like 5 years, it's gonna feel like the early 2000s, just
Yeah,
like from the names we hear. Like, you know how many people from the early 2000s that got kids is gonna be in the league in like 5 years? The
it's happening
Boozers.
right now.
I know it's happening now,
Iguodala
but
Jr., Cameron
yeah,
Boozer.
it's gonna be Bronny, Melo's son.
Who was the other
All these
one? Somebody just got
Trevor
drafted or
Ariza.
something. Jameer Nelson Jr. That's one that fucked me up. Like,
Or the dude
whoa.
who played with the Kings, who got drafted. His dad played with DeRozan with the Raptors, and now he's playing with the Kings with DeRozan. He's playing with the son
That
Carter,
shit.
something
Oh,
Carter
okay.
Jr. Yeah,
Devin Carter Jr.
yeah.
Yeah, his Anthony Carter. That was his dad.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what like this shit's sick. The thing that started this whole Jordan thing for me, by the way, was the fact that Reggie Miller didn't average 20 points. Did you know that?
In his career,
Just like I think he averaged 20 points one time in a season, let alone his whole
Reggie
career.
Miller.
Reggie Miller.
Why they used to talk about him like he was just
So here's his stretch. Let's see if it's the peak years because that's another thing that we got to talk about. We don't got
yeah,
we're not going to talk about it right now, but sometime here between now and football season, we need to have that peak conversation, but in a different way because
yeah,
this
yeah,
shit.
yeah. We take away your first 4 years, and then whenever your last 5 years, when you start switching, then they just only want to talk about the 6 years you was good.
Yeah.
So
So Reggie Miller. Okay, I lied, but it's not crazy. It's 24. Let's go straight down from year one 10, 16, 24, 22, 20, 21, 19. Now, hold on right there, right? He
started
was,
going down.
started going down, but also right there where he stopped averaging 21, where it goes from
Right.
21 to 19, that's when they start making the playoffs. That's when we get the Knicks. This is 93,
Pacers.
94 to 2000, basically, where he averages 19, 19, 21, 21, 19, 18, 18, 18.
He had a solid career though.
Oh, of course, but to think that they talk
18.
about
So his career average is what, 19 then, right?
18.
Some
His career average is
18
18. 18, he was shooting. That's the other part. He's shooting. That's not bad though. 39%
from the three
from
or
the three.
oh, okay. And
And
that was actually pretty good back then. That's
you know
why
what's crazy? He was only hitting two a game. He was taking five a game and hitting two of them. And he was the
the
best
best
shooter
shooter
in the
ever.
league, hands down. Like not even remotely close, right? Chris Mullen, maybe. But it's like when you
That's
look at
crazy
some of this shit,
work.
you start thinking like, wait a minute, we talking about Jordan had to get through the Pacers and Reggie Miller twice. And you start thinking about like they best player averaged 18 in in some of those series. Like they best player
I
coming
think it's
into
like
one of those
three.
series was
It's
averaging
like
19.
it's like three people on one team to do that nowadays.
That's what
But
I'm
I mean, it's a
saying.
faster paced game though too. It's slower back
Slightly,
then because
yeah.
it's more defense.
Let me see if they got Reggie Miller career stats adjusted for pace. Let's see.
What was Reggie Miller, like 6'8"?
6'7", 6'8". Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So this is just somebody that said
That
36
he will average 30 if he
102
play.
possessions per game. We took player per. Okay, let's read. The number I got was 102.4 possessions per game. I took a player's points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, averages per 36 for their best season and did simple cross multiplication to find their adjusted stats, which is essentially you just take, okay, what's the difference between the possessions back then, the
Right,
amount of possessions back then versus the amount of possessions now,
right.
multiply that, whatever the fraction plus their whole thing and get this number. So we have
And
Reggie.
now
at 23 points per game.
And now he
Whoa.
is Halliburton.
That's what not. That's just Kyrie right now, right? That's old man Kyrie averaging 22 in the playoffs. That's what you know what I mean. But
So
it's
you
like,
telling me
oh, you
Reggie
know what?
Miller? So that's coming off his best season too.
That was his
And
best
they
season
saying
that they
they
used.
saying he will only average 1 point more.
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
Get the fuck out of here.
23.6 versus
22.
22, yeah. Which is here's another one that's funny. So take a stab at what you think Klay Thompson averaged this year, as we're saying he's washed up trash and he went 0 for 10 in a closeout
24.
game. 18.
Okay.
Yeah, he's playing 29 minutes versus Reggie's what? That doesn't even make
The
it more
whole
ridiculous.
game.
Like, yeah, 36,
The
35,
whole
36,
game. Like
36,
Reggie
37,
Miller,
39.
he had a fairly healthy career.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's sick. Like we don't, but we talked about him like he was like a real like month. Like he was
So we need to
amazing.
have that argument. Who would you rather have, Reggie Miller or Clay?
That's not even a question for me. It's Klay because Reggie can't play defense. You give me one
That's what I
guy
was
who
about
can
to say.
average
The
the same
Reggie
amount you can, but play defense.
Reggie
Get out
wouldn't
of
play
here, bro.
defense. He's 6'7", 6'8". You know, that means he would have to hold LeBron.
Yeah,
He not doing that, bro. I'm sorry. I love Red. He cool and everything,
that's sick,
but
bro.
he not
But
holding
think about it,
LeBron.
Klay was checking Bron too in the
Yeah,
playoffs
Clay was
sometimes.
at one point one of the best two-way player in the league. People forget that though.
Mm-hmm.
Like Clay could really just lock you up and you ain't getting nothing for real.
Hey, let's do
But
this before we switch and finish up with some of the free agency NBA draft stuff. So when you think of the 90s and the Jordan era, name a player that pops up in there that's not Shaq, Charles Barkley, or Hakeem.
in '90s,
And yeah, around that era, 80s, 90s.
did he say no? Dr. J is a little earlier than that. Shit, Iverson.
Yeah, we'll look at Iverson.
You get
I don't
the
count Iverson
you
though, because
talking early? Because he was late '90s, huh?
I'm more looking at. Hold on, let me go
Who you
through.
going Magic, Bird? Those
I'm gonna go
early.
look.
That's early '80s
But you
though.
got to think like that was they was done. They was washed up by the time Jordan
Yeah,
was having his 6-0 run. So I'm gonna go to let's go back a year before this one because they
Barkley.
played.
You look up Barkley.
I'd say take Barkley out because Barkley stats is crazy. Like he was
Yeah.
averaging 35 and 14, crazy shit. Like, but let's just who did they play in the what's the three-peat? 90.
Go
No,
Isaiah
that's
then.
we'll go 91, 92. Let's go 92, 93.
The Magic? Not the Magic. It wasn't the Magic.
Who
They
did they
played the
play in the conference finals? They played Chuck. They played Charles Barkley in the finals. They played the Knicks, so they played Patrick Ewing.
yeah, Patrick.
Let's check out what Patrick Ewing was doing back then, right? In 92,
Two.
93. Let's just go from there, right? Okay, so it's 24, 24 and 12, 24 and 11, 24 and 11, 22 and 10, 22 and 10.
That's Angel Reese right there.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Basically. Hold on, what was he shooting? He was shooting 50%. He was shooting 50%. Oh
He was
no,
also
hold on.
taller.
He was shooting slightly under 50%, which might as well be 42%. So yeah,
Right. We're going round down for
you're Angel Reese. You're in the same boat.
you.
Now, another part of this, right?
Patrick.
That's fucked up, but it's funny though. So the other side of this also that bothers me looking back, and we'll have to do a full deep dive, just spend the whole episode doing this when
How
nothing's
many
going
motherfuckers average 20 nowadays, though?
a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
You damn near got to average 20 to start. You got to average at
yeah.
least like 12 or
Or be
15 as
able
a
to
big.
drop 20 when asked
Yeah.
upon.
Or you got to be a big that can go 10 and 10, like Derek
Right.
Lively. Like one of those
Yeah.
dudes where, hey, can you give me 12 and 8 one night or 10 and 10, like floating around
And then a
there?
couple blocks.
The rest of y'all got to average like 15,
15.
16. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you have
Yeah.
to. But so Jordan, the other part of this is those years I was just talking about. So 92, well, let me go all the way forward. In 1992, which is the beginning of the Jordan 6 feet, Patrick Ewing was 30 years old already. So by 98, the end of the Jordan run, he was 35. I just look at some of this. Reggie Miller was around. It's like the same shit.
He got everybody in their back end because in the front end he was getting whooped.
He was getting smacked. And then as all these other guys kind of just float, like Reggie Miller, I'm averaging 22 for fucking 15 years. And you catching, and I'm finally making the playoffs in year 12, 13, 14 consistently. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you 32, 33, 34. Let me go look exactly how old Reggie was back in them. So they played
because he had to get Rodman and Pippen.
Yeah, so 98, he was 33. 97, so those stretches where they played, I think it was those 2 years. Yeah, he's 32, 33, 34 years old, somewhere around there. And I think that's another sign, another thing you're going to see over and over again with that shit is that if he didn't catch, who did he catch in his prime?
No, because he retired twice.
And I mean, and that the argument people are going to make was, well, how old was Jordan back then?
But he also had rest. These people was playing every year.
He took 2 years off. Yeah. We just skip over that part that he just took 2 years of rest.
We talking about somebody y'all said that was the most athletic player at the time, took 2 years to rest his body.
And we know what that really was, though. Gambling debt.
Right, yeah.
His dad got, I don't want to say it, but the conspiracy theory.
The mob.
That he owed money, and that's why they killed the nigga daddy during the playoffs or whatever, whenever it was. And that's why David Stern stepped in and was like, hey, you got to go sit down. Like, you doing too much. A little bit like how you had Ja Morant. Like, okay, Ja Morant, rookie of the year. Next year, they in the playoffs. Next year, they did 2 seed. The year after that, they did 2 seed. All of a sudden, you out in the strip club with guns, going crazy, throwing $70,000 of cash at a strip club, and now you got to sit down. Go sit down.
Man.
Like, because we've seen this play before. Go sit down right now. So, Jordan, and that's the thing. So, we said 93, 94. So wait, 98, the Pacers play the Bulls. Reggie's 33. Mike is 34. So, yeah. But that's the peak conversation I wanted to have.
Yeah, too, but who else was on at that time? Who else was on the Pacers though?
Nobody really.
Exactly. And who was on the Bulls?
Yeah, that's a good point. Scotty, Dennis Rodman,
yeah, okay.
Kukoc, yeah, like it. Yeah.
So it's like
Steve Kerr.
They always
that's where it gets nasty.
But they just forget about. I just don't know why.
The other thing too, I think that we benefit from is that we see so much I think that's long term. That's what LeBron is going to benefit from in the conversations as we fade away from the 56-year-old white people, is that people are going to look back at this and go, man, he beat Paul George in his prime. He beat such and such in his prime. He beat the Warriors in their prime. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be, we're going to look back and look at some of this stuff and be like, wait, he played him when he was 27, not I've been consistently beating on you throughout your prime. You know what I mean? And now we're going to make it a bigger thing because.
But the thing about it is, also, people fail to realize a lot of the people LeBron has lost to in the finals are all going to be top 25. Like, most of them top 25 players. Like
Spurs, like, we down this man for losing to the Spurs and the Warriors. I mean, it's the Mavericks.
The only thing is the Mavericks. That's the only one that's the outlier. But Dirk ain't no chump. But anyway, other than that,
let's take a look. Let's just.
They went. We already did this. You remember they went crazy in the finals. You remember we looked up the Mavericks finals.
But I'm not even finna do that. I'm finna just look up what the fuck did y'all average and who. But first, we can just go off names. Dirk, Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, Caron Butler, Sean Marion, Tyson Chandler. Right there is already like,
it's a good squad. Okay.
And then your bench players are JJ Barea, Pedro Stojakovic, Brendan Haywood, Deshaun Stevenson, Corey Brewer. Ian,
but people they also fail to realize
Novak was on that team.
This same team beat the Lakers in that run to beat the Miami.
It ain't like everybody. They beat the Thunder. They beat
Exactly.
somebody else too. Like
Oh, but the Thunder was young, so that don't count.
of course,
But the Lakers was fresh off of winning the championship last year.
it's fucking crazy. Like
Like,
it's
so we gonna
so
do this?
crazy, bro. It's more honestly, the fact that we do that with the Mavs and LeBron is more disrespectful to the Mavs players to just be like, y'all sucked. That's disrespectful to the whole Western Conference that year, bro. We finna pretend like Kobe just a scrub. Like, I didn't beat Kobe. You mean Kobe coming off 2 championships? That's what we talking about?
Or the Thunder with
With
KD,
KD, yeah. KD,
Westbrook, and
Westbrook,
Harden,
Harden, Ibaka.
Ibaka,
They just, slouches. So we just disrespect and
and
throw
then
away the whole Western Conference.
who they play in the finals, the conference finals. Was
The
that the Thunder?
Thunder. Yeah, they
Who they play in
played
the
the
first?
Trailblazers first round, which
Um,
is
who was on that Trailblazers
that's what I'm
team?
gonna look at.
Oh,
That's the Brandon Roy shit.
and then young, not Statamar. What's his
LA,
name?
LaMarcus
What's his
Aldridge.
name? Yeah,
LaMarcus
Aldridge.
Aldridge, Marcus Camby, Wesley Matthews, Gerald Wallace, Andre Miller, Brandon Roy, Rudy Fernandez, Nicholas Batum.
Yeah.
That's the 9-man rotation. Even that is like, hey, that's not
That's
that's pretty
decent
good.
squad.
Yeah, like
People used to, I ain't- people used to get off with the Trailblazers on 2K back then.
yeah.
So you hear that squad, you be like, makes sense.
They swept the Lakers.
Yeah, I know.
They
In the
4-1 the
second round,
Thunder.
come
Like
on,
what a
Jason Terry, and Jason Kidd went unbelievable.
Kobe scored in game 4 when they got closed out. They lost 86 to 122.
God dang,
Kobe scored 17 points in 37 minutes. If
they were scoring
LeBron
120 back then.
if LeBron did that, this is the thing, right? And I don't want to go too crazy with it, but I brought up the old white man thing because it's very real. Because in 10, 20 years, God willing, I'll be 50. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we will have spent the next 20 years dissecting those past people the same way we dissecting LeBron right now. And that's
Hmm.
what those people fail to realize is that all the bamboozling that they did, which I don't think we have talked about the stat pattern that they was doing for Jordan. I don't think we did a podcast where that was going on, did we?
Not yet.
Did you see that whole article where they was giving Jordan extra stats so he can win Defensive Player of the Year? He had a game where
I'm
he
not
had a
surprised. I mean,
he had a game where he had what was it? It was like he had like the Bulls had like 10 steals, but the Hawks had like 9 turnovers. Like, how the fuck did y'all get? How do you get 10 steals but 9 turnovers? Like, you should have at
uh,
least 10 turnovers then. Like, but they went through it and they was like, hey, they watched, it was 2 dudes watched 6 separate games or something like that, and they both came away with the same thing of like they had counted a certain amount of steals in what today's game and how they would look at it today would be,
mhm.
and what the stat actually put down. And they said there was a possession where like it was some silly shit like a foul on a rebound or something like that, where it was like the ball should go this way, and they gave Jordan a steal or
Oh, because he was the closest one to the ball at the
shit like
time or
that,
some
where it
shit
was
like
like,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you passed it in and your teammate tipped it
Hit
out,
it, but
out
you
into the
caught
in the
it.
backcourt, yeah, and you run out, get it, and get the lay. You not supposed to get the steal for that.
No, because
If
in
I poke the
2K,
ball out,
in
yeah,
2K they give you the steal if you hit
yeah. If I poke the ball
it.
out and you go get it, that's not your steal.
No, that's
That's my
my
steal.
steal.
Yeah, and there
Right.
was a bunch of stuff like that where it was like out of whatever 6 games, he was awarded 38 or something, whatever it is. I'm just looking up while I'm saying all this shit. It was like 38 steals he was given, and he in reality they had counted like 20. So he was getting like a whole extra third of whatever his shit was added on top of there. And they realized that it was it was always home games that this was happening. And it was because the stat guy that was there was some like legendary stat keeper old man. And
That they
him and
trusted and put their trust in to do everything, and they never watched them, and it was early
him and
90s. So,
Jordan. Him and
Was
Jordan
probably
had a
cool.
relationship. Yep.
Of
And it was to the
course.
point where the stat keeper dude would be like, "Oh, you 2 assists away from a triple double," and he would like try to flag him down on the court and be like, and try to tell him, "Hey, you 2 away from a triple double. Go, you know what I mean? You 2 away from 30 and 10 or whatever. Like, go do it, you know." And they said it to the point where there was another Chicago player that he was juicing up the dude's assist to the point where when a person at a party introduced him, he said, "Hey, this the guy that got that guy the MVP or whatever, or an all-star into the all-star game." Because he was averaging 13 assists, but really he was only getting like 8. This dude was just adding assists to the dude's shit. How much of that in the 90s was like that, bro?
Oh shit, sound like it's a lot. So was they really averaging 20?
That's my thing. If you and then we looking at it like you was averaging 22 and you was like, oh, we're like, oh, this is the best players in the league. Man, they're averaging 24 and 10. Like Patrick, you know what? And then we looking at Shaq disappointed. Like that's the sick shit that happened from the
Mm.
90s through the 2000s. Like we really got to go back and dissect some of that shit. Even that we call LeBron a quitter and da 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 just because of silly shit. Like where it's like, well, LeBron scored 30 and had 15 assists and 15 rebounds, but he had 4 turnovers in the second half.
And then he walked
And
away
and
because he was
he
mad.
shot 17 for 34. Like, well,
But
that's
look at his
50%.
free throws.
Look at that. He missed 2 free throws in the fourth quarter. And then we just look at it like, well, wait, Kobe in 2011 got swept by the Mavericks, who y'all said was sorry. They scored 122, and back then they was barely scoring 100, and he had 17 points
Exactly.
in 40 minutes, and we just doesn't matter.
So
LeBron lost. He got
LeBron lost
wiped
to
up by
him.
JJ Barrera. It's like, well, what happened to Kobe then? What happened to Kobe in this series? Did if that's what happened to him, they got swept, and he gave
But
up
the
in
East
the
was
fourth game.
easy. The East was easy, and the West was a gauntlet.
When the fuck have you ever seen Kobe take 17 shots in a game? I would love to know the actual amount of games where he played more than 36 minutes
And took
and
less
shot
than 20
less
shots.
than 20 times. Yeah, I would love like because that's crazy.
I would say 20% of his career.
I don't even know if I can look that up without fucking having to
Having to type a
pay.
paragraph.
Not having to pay for that shit. Shit. Let's see. I'll just try to do it real fast. And then we'll switch real quick and end with some shit that I ain't gonna lie, I did not pay enough attention to all the free agency
It
and the
was
rookie, the draft and shit. Like it was a little,
nah.
it was
I
crazy.
didn't like this draft to even care. As soon as I went to sleep during the draft and woke up and they said Lakers uh got a somebody who could have been a lottery pick fell to 17. I'm like, who the hell did they get? And they said, now I seen Dalton Connect. I'm like, why'd y'all let Dalton fall to the Lakers? I said, that is
Yeah, that was
goofy.
crazy.
That is goofy as hell. Did y'all not watch him in college? Or what are we doing here? Like
Nah, that shit is crazy because he finna. I don't
he
know. It
finna go
just
stupid. He
I
give
hope
him a year
so
or two. I think he's gonna go stupid.
because I see it, but then it's like, yeah, you guys are getting into a weird territory where it's like, are we gonna roll a lineup out there where you got Bronny, AR, Dalton
No,
Connect,
Bronny not
fucking.
starting.
Now I'm not talking about starting. I'm talking about at any point. Are we going to see a
Oh,
lineup of like a weird, like here's this 6'1" guy who barely made the league, a 6'4" white dude, and a 6'6" white dude,
and
and
LeBron and AD.
yeah, like is that what we're going to do at some point? Because that's pretty weird.
It was
So
gonna
it
be
looks like there's 20 games Kobe's entire career where he shot less than 20 times and played more than 35 minutes.
I told you that's about 20%, right?
That's crazy. No, it's way less than that because how many games did Kobe play his whole
How
career?
many years did he? Oh yeah,
You got to
that is
think
that.
it's 20 games out of
A
however,
thousand.
yeah, like
Because if
1,200
you
games, bro. 1346.
so 20% would
And
be
that's just regular
26.
season. So
20, 26. It'd be 20%.
1566.
You said, oh, 1566. So I mean, we say 1500, that's 30. It's 20%.
Ooh.
I was close, whatever. But
It's 1%.
what's 1%? You said he did it 20 times, right?
The amount of games that Kobe shot less than 20 times and played more than 35 minutes is
You said he did it.
1% of his games.
You said it was 20 times though, right?
Yeah, 20 times out of 1,500 times.
Oh yeah, because 10% would be 150.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So
So it's
yeah, so
it's point oh one
yeah,
two
that's 1%.
percent.
That's crazy work. You shouldn't.
That's fucking sick. But we don't. Kobe didn't give up. Nope, he did not give up. Right?
He just shot a lot.
Kobe never gives up. Right?
He just shoots
He
a
would
lot.
never shut down in a game and stop taking shots out like towards the end of his career. Right? In his prime, he wouldn't do that.
He
No,
only averaged what
he's
17 his
Kobe
last year
Bryant.
playing, right?
He's Kobe Bryant. He would never do anything like that. He would never just
Mm-hmm.
stop shooting in a game. They were
He
down
would never.
40. They were down 40 points. What are we doing, bro? But with LeBron, we do that
To the
goofy
same
shit.
Mavs team, though.
Yeah, with LeBron, we do that. That's the sick part. That's why I
What
like
was the record? What was it? 4-1-2 with the Heat. What game? Well, how was it?
4-1.
4-2.
No, it's
The Heat.
4-2.
No,
4-2
Heat.
with the Heat. They
4-2.
4-1 the Thunder and they swept the Lakers. That was an amazing team, and it's so
Yeah, that team went crazy.
ingenuous, bro, to do this the same way people now that are Boston fans are like, well, yeah, the Knicks pretty good. Pacers are pretty good. Cleveland's pretty good. You looked at their roster, like, I
No,
mean,
that
is that what we're
that
doing?
Dallas team, I don't know, probably would still give some buckets to some teams in this year. I don't know. I don't see a lot of motherfuckers holding dirt.
Hell nah. Kobe averaged 23 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists in the 4 games against the Mavericks.
23, 3 and 4.
Yep.
That's not Kobe-esque.
That's not Kobe-esque at all. But again, LeBron
Well,
averaged
LeBron averaged
18, 7, and 7.
So they was really just locking niggas up.
Everybody. That's my point. It ain't just LeBron folded. It was no. It was a team that had a full team of defenders. Think about it, bro.
Yeah, they did.
Jason Kidd,
Brewer,
Jason Terry, Tyson
Brewer.
Chandler. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, Tyson Chandler was a beast in that on that block.
And we just like JJ Barea locked him up. No, that's not what happened. Like that's not what happened. And that's the thing with LeBron is like the internet and people like Skip Bayless for so long got to be on TV, right? Like there wasn't this
right
where there's multiple people or even beyond this, like me and you, there's people that came from this that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and get millions of views every other time. You know what I mean? Every time they drop a video now that don't get amplified the same way as Skip Bayless sitting on ESPN in 2010 before people were on Twitter and there was no Instagram, there was no Twitch, there was none of that. So if Skip Bayless came out and said he got locked up by JJ Barea, that's everybody the conversation that was had. It's the same thing. That's why I keep bringing the old white man thing up because that's what it is. There wasn't this freedom of people to speak on these things and those things being amplified to people so they can think about things differently than these select group of 7 old white dudes.
The people we had no choice to listen to.
It's either you watch this when you get home from school or work or before school or work, or you don't watch anything. You don't get any other opinions. You can change the channel
your damn self
and have your own opinions. But that's the problem with sports is we want to hear other people talk about the shit too. Like you want to watch.
It's fine listening to somebody else talk about it, but if you want to talk about sports, I would try like watching it.
Yeah.
So you can have your own opinion. Because if you
other
just
parties, we get a choice now. If I don't want to listen to Skip Bayless do that over and over again on a daily basis, I don't have to listen anymore.
I stopped listening after him and Shannon, bro. I stopped listening to him anyway.
It's more options out there now, way more. I can find people that not necessarily agree with me, but maybe somebody who I just feel like it has a more genuine opinion based on what they really think and see when they watch the game, not somebody like somebody that posts Instagram posts every day of, hey, LeBron, I woke up at 3:00 this morning. That's weird. That's
But
weird.
that's
It's
his whole
weird.
image now. He got to keep that image. Like, my
Yeah.
image is the LeBron hater, the Jordan savior, all this and
It's
all that.
weird that
I
somebody
wear
that
Jordans. I pop my Jordans on the desk and got my new Air Jordans on right now. And
you don't think it's weird that somebody with an MVP vote, an all-star vote that votes on every award is that can be a fan of a certain team that wears green and won a championship this year can make jokes and say, let's hold LeBron, let's draft LeBron's son and hold him for ransom just to fuck with him. That's weird. That's weird, bro. Like, y'all are weird. There's a lot of weird, like, little things going on that's like I didn't think about a lot, especially as a child. Now you look at it and you go, okay, yeah, obviously you guys have ulterior motives. Like, where there's what's damn, there's a good one. There's a good football one that we have that for me is essentially totally disingenuous. I can't necessarily think about what it is right now.
like a
Uh,
what?
like an argument, a debate that we constantly have in football.
The
Like
Alex Smith?
Alex Smith. Like that's not it.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm thinking of. But that's one of those where it's like it's real. Where that sentiment that I have comes from is a real. I really felt like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you just don't like him.
but no, that's not it. No, I really felt that way. But the reality of like how I talk about it is juiced up to 1,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think there's a sector of those old white people that just decided they don't like LeBron. And that's not even necessarily really how they feel. They've just decided this is what we doing. And I think that's fucked up. I mean, that's weird. That's a real thing. Like
Once
we
you know
can't move past that because of this thing
they
that's been
stuck in
drilled
their
into people's
ways.
head. We got people. Cooper Flag is 17 years old, bro. He was born in 2000. He was born in 2007.
And is that the same one who said KD is the best player ever?
No, he said Jordan is the GOAT.
Okay.
How, bro? I
Somebody
know
said KD. I forgot who. Oh, was it Dalton Connect said KD was the GOAT?
because people, the thing is like, and then the old head people will make this argument. The young kids today have YouTube. They can go watch all the highlights they want of Jordan. Yes, they can go watch all the highlights they want, but you can't find full games for a full season of
For
Jordan.
a reason, though.
Trust me, I've tried. I was gonna do
I know
that,
there's a reason why they ain't gonna put no full games on there.
bro. You
We
can't
know
even
why.
buy it. That's the crazy part. You can't
They
even
ain't trying to.
buy the back
They
catalog of
not
all
trying
that
to
shit.
show everybody what the games really look like because then everybody's opinion gonna be like,
What the fuck? Yeah,
what am I
go
watching?
if you watching this still right now, go look up the We Done with the 90s, dude. And that's all you'll need to see. Just why I told you that shit. I watched that shit one day for like a full day. I watched like every one of his videos. Then went and watched videos of my own and had an even stronger take about the
Yeah, that's
90s of
simple.
like, wait,
But
I was born in 1993, right? You were too, yeah. Or no,
yeah.
yeah. You was born too. So it's like we were 5 years old when Jordan retired.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch none of that shit.
I vaguely remember him on the Wizards,
A little kind of, yeah, right?
like
Like
vaguely.
I only
But
remember that shit because of video games a little bit, you know? But to
I
be
I,
honest,
rem-
go
I
ahead, go ahead.
remember sitting down like seeing him in the Wizards jersey, but it was just like it was already too late. It was like it's
And
Michael
even by
like
then, you can't even watch a game and evaluate anything that's going on, you
not at
know?
5.
Not at
Yeah,
5, not at 10. I would argue
right.
maybe when you hit like a teenager, 15, 16, 17 is like when you probably start actually understanding what you're looking at farther
Uh,
than I don't think you
Football I started earlier. Like when I was like
yeah,
6th grade, I started understanding like football and things
that's
like
a good
that.
point. That's a
I
good
stopped
point.
watching. I didn't really get into basketball because when I first started watching basketball, I started. I mean, every time I looked, they was just making everything. And I was like, well, I will never play basketball because I got to make everything. Like
Yeah.
I never. So I'm just like, these niggas don't miss. So why am I like so?
How that I
But
guess the question is for somebody like we're 30, he's 17. How does somebody 17 years old figure out Jordan is the GOAT? What even remotely would even make you get to that point? You can't
because
sit and
he's
watch
hurt because he
games.
heard everybody else say that. Like that's how it
Yeah.
is.
You can't even sit and watch a full season of that man. You can watch
The
highlights of him doing freaky ass shit, but you can't sit and watch him not be able to go left or dribble with his left hand. You don't
but
even know that.
the amount of disrespect from these young kids towards LeBron
That was
and even
gross.
current NBA players and things like that, knowing half of y'all couldn't even sniff a finals for 10 years because of this man,
Yeah. And
it's
everybody on
like
the East.
what are we doing here? Like this is what we doing?
Yeah.
This is
I
what we're
think
doing.
I think as we get those players that are playing now out of the league, like somebody like Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas is up there like, no, LeBron like that. He might have came and smiled and patted you on the back, but there was
Because
nothing
they
we could
because
do. You couldn't do nothing.
because they it's like they hate they want everybody to just be assholes and mean. That's how you got to be
Yeah.
the greatest player, assholes
Gotta
and mean.
want to punch him in the face.
But you can't be cool. Like I mean, even with flag football, dude. I mean, I chop it up with everybody. But
Yeah.
as soon as the refs say, "All right, 25 to hike," I snap into it. Like we not
It's
cool no
time to
more.
go. Yeah.
We be cool in 20, 30 more minutes when this game is over. But then
Yep.
afterwards, we dap them up, give them a hug, and we throwing jokes again. I don't have
Yep.
to be an asshole to be the best player out here. I just got to be the best player out here.
Yeah.
Like,
That's simple.
so it's just like, but it's just because they get this weird mentality where it's just like, oh, Kobe and Jordan, they didn't like nobody. Nobody was their friend. Yeah, we know. We've heard it thousands of times. It's not a good look. But
No. Even though
so
the
it's just
funniest part
like
about that is nobody ever says anything remote. Like nobody has a story where like Kobe was an asshole. Nobody has those stories for even Kobe. It was like
right.
on the court, he the
Only Kwame
Mamba.
Brown.
Yeah. But that was Jordan too. But it's like on the court, in practice, that man is the Mamba. Outside in real life, he just Kobe Bean Bryant. He just a regular
Right.
dude. And that's the difference is Jordan was kind of just that maniac, I want to win, which is commendable, but it's like
You gotta
they
be
don't
able to separate yourself.
that can't be everything. We can't base this whole thing off of that, right? Like
Why one
they try to
is
do it with
a
Brady too.
philanthropist. Um,
They tried to do that.
he
Psycho
he he
Tom. He's psycho. Ah.
he's calmed down a lot since retirement though. He's
Yeah.
getting into himself.
But
But
what do you do with Pat? What do you do with Pat? Who gets sacked and just gets up, good tackle. Good job. Smiling, doing all this. I
no,
mean, but he is
Pat's
yelling and
already
doing the
taken
I'm here,
Pat's
but
taking enough scrutiny where he's drinking like that and he's supposed to be a role model.
he getting the same thing as LeBron. Brady got the benefit.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, down on the kitchen. Brady Brady got the benefit of it being the fucking early 2000s. There's no internet. So if you just have those old white guys who can sit up there and be like, finally, it's the same thing with Larry Bird. It's the same thing was going on with Jokic right now. We're gonna pretend Jokic is head and shoulders better than Joel Embiid, and then frame it disingenuously, if that's the right way to say that, frame it in a way that is like, well, when somebody presses you about the statistics, those same people just like, well, Embiid can't stay healthy. So that don't have a fucking thing to do with how good somebody is. Like,
Well,
yeah,
Joker just don't take it serious enough.
well,
He just wants to play with his horses.
Joker's so much
Okay.
more efficient. Imagine if he was just as athletic as Embiid. Okay, well, let's imagine that Embiid could process the game the same way Joker does. Okay, now he's got some superhuman nigga that just can do anything out there. Like it's just
I
silly.
mean,
And I don't want to say it's
I don't like
racism.
doing that imagine if stuff because we could
Nah,
so imagine if Kawhi missed the corner shot and B's
yeah,
in the finals and it's a whole different
we
story
have
in
a
his
whole
career.
different
So it's like,
conversation.
so
But it's just sick that we just hold on to these things and it's all dictated around these old fucking people
but
that
then you got to
decided when they were 30 that nothing could ever change because this is the way that they made their life come to fruition by being a writer, by being somebody with a vote for the MVP, by being on TV and doing all this. Their career is based around those times. And now they just want to fucking, you made it. You're at the mountaintop and you still want to hold on to this fucking, this narrative thing that you drove 30 years ago. Like, come on, we gotta, it's over.
yeah. Well, we give us some time. We're gonna have the same argument about Pat and Tom Brady.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't already
Give
have
him
it.
that time.
I said
Give
it.
him
I
that time.
can't go away from that. That playoff run
It
is
was
the
the craziest
best.
playoff run
Yeah, it's the
in
best
NFL
playoff run of
history.
all time.
We played the number one and number two offense and defense every round.
Yes,
How
literally,
isn't that? Literally,
literally
like pull
the
it.
best offense, then the best defense, then the second best offense. Like, what else? What else do you want? What do you want?
You can't get that. And then the only thing you could
Hold on,
say
hold on.
is
He went through
with the worst
three
receiving core
MVP. He beat the MVP and two of the top five MVP candidates.
and the offense and two of the top offensive player of the
Yeah.
years. And not
Yes.
to mention
Now we, that's how you know the pod over. We made it to the homes.
well, I'm just saying, I know because I literally had this conversation with somebody
Yeah.
like a couple weeks ago. I was like, dude, you realize the playoff run we just did was like
People don't
insane?
understand.
Like,
And
and
it
it
just,
all was on the road.
and that's the thing is that we get now because because the Jordan Tom Brady shit got juiced up so much and those old people are still in those positions of power. We have
Right.
to listen to them say, well, no, look, the guy I built up and use my platform to build up and prove and have these debates back then through time and all that shit. Now I have to throw away anything that comes afterwards because if it's not even going to tear down my person, it's going to knock him down a peg. I can't have
Right.
that. I can't
But
have
the
that. I
thing about
can't
I
have
think the thing
somebody even with Brady because we feel like, oh, you know how many times I've heard that
but
shit? Brady got 7.
yeah,
Okay.
that's a
All right. We're gonna
but the
pretend like
thing
because 7 rings means somebody's better. And that's where you get into the same, it's that fucking weird ass mentality, man.
yeah, well
Ugh. It's gross.
yeah, but when we three-peat, that's all they're gonna say.
Boy. Yeah. We want to just wrap up with some quick thoughts on Bronny. How do you feel about this whole Bronny thing?
I don't have no thoughts. I knew he was getting drafted. I mean, I feel like I said months ago before the drafting came out. I feel like he should have went another year in college. That was just me
Yeah,
personally, but he had other things. I mean, what shit? If my son could, if I could do what Bronny did, and I could sneak
I
into
would
the
do it
second
too.
round, I would do it too.
Yep. If
So
I
it's
could get
just
my
like,
son drafted based on who I am, and he might just barely be good enough to be in the NBA. Okay, I'm okay with
right?
that. To me, the craziest thing is we're gonna pretend like there's not worse players in the NBA than Bronny.
No,
So there's
there's
no
worse.
other small guards that can't shoot or defend that well. There's
Well, Bronny can shoot though. That's the point.
yeah. Like what's the difference between Bronny and Peyton Pritchard being a rookie?
Couldn't tell you.
Because I'm pretty sure Peyton Pritchard is the same height, weight, size as Bronny. He's 6'1", 195.
Definitely same size.
When he was drafted, he was 23 years old and he averaged
So older.
7. So yeah, so 4 years older. He averaged 7, 2, and 2. And I think that's where sometimes this shit gets weird with the Bronny thing because we got to sit and pretend like he needs to come in and do that. He needs to come in and average 8 and 3 immediately.
No,
But it's okay for Peyton Pritchard to be 23, turning 24 and average 7 points. If Bronny is averaging 7 points by the time he be 24, well, shit, if he's still in the league by the time he's 24, then people will have to
he's
be like, all right, we
if
got to
he's
give him.
it, yeah. If he come out averaging 7 this year,
That's
that'd
a
be a. I
You
think
got to
that's a
shut the fuck
win.
up. Yeah, like
I think
everybody
that's a
has to be
win.
quiet because it's like, okay,
Yeah,
we said he can't
but no,
even be
but
in
you
the
know they
league.
not. You know what they gonna say is
He's
he only
only
averaged
averaging
7.
7. What?
What with the team around him and all this? Yeah, that's what
Crazy.
they're gonna say.
But yeah,
So, but no,
Bronny,
I ain't really.
it's
Ronnie, I mean,
gross.
he's 18, right?
He's 19, I think.
19. Was still young. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. People just I don't even want to get on it because I don't understand why is there so much hate for these young men because they hate his pop so much. I don't know if it's hate. I don't know what these people do. I mean, I don't say it's hate like they actually hate it, but it is they just I don't know. They just dislike LeBron. Let's put it like that.
Oh,
But
did they just play? I think
yeah,
they
they
just
played
played
today.
again. Yeah.
Oh damn, the game over probably.
Yeah, they
Speaking
said
since we talking about the
Dalton Connect
draft,
had
who's his?
20.
I'm sure. I'm sure he's all right. People,
Damn, hold on. Bronny had he hit 1 3, 5
Mm-hmm.
rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals, 2 turnovers in 30
How,
minutes.
how many points?
I don't know.
But
I'm
yeah,
I'm
he
assuming
filled
just
the stat
three.
sheet like that though.
That's what I was just thinking. Like, wait, that's pretty crazy stats. Like for somebody who's not supposed to be in the league,
But
and
he
they
only
get
played 30 minutes.
yeah.
I mean, he played 30 minutes and he only had 3 points though.
He's not a scorer. That's the thing
Well,
people have to
I
get
know. That's
away
what I'm saying.
from.
He's a shooter though.
He can not no. He's a defensive. You
Point guard. He's like a Rondo when he first came in.
I would say, do you remember Alfred Payton?
Yeah.
I think he's probably right. That's probably where he's. That's why I was just about to look up what Alfred Payton averaged. He
He
averaged
was a
hit.
lottery pick, wasn't he?
I think he was up there.
Because he came
He
from
was he was the 10th
overseas.
pick, but he averaged his. He went to LSU. That's crazy. I didn't know that. But he
Oh,
averaged.
did he? I thought he came from overseas.
He averaged 8 points. His rookie year, he averaged 9 points, 1.7 steals, 6.5 assists, 4.3 rebounds, and shot 26% from three and 42% field goal
That sounds about
in
right.
30 minutes a night. Like,
It,
and
it sounds like
he
he's
was he was 20. So it's like if Bronny can do that next year, if Bronny can average 8, 5, and 4, right,
right.
with a steal a game, that's a solid NBA player.
He gonna make $20 million a year with those.
Yeah, at some point
The way that
he gonna make $15 million a year and be the 14th man on the bench somewhere, or like the 11th person off the bench. It's just weird. Like I don't. I'm not even in the camp of leave him alone. I'm just in the camp of like what
let him
league do
develop.
we watch? What league are y'all watching where you think Bronny can't be a solid a
Solid
player that's
bench
just
player.
in the league, not even
Right.
playing? How many players
Just
are in the league that don't
I know a
play?
lot of them. I know
That's
some
not in
people
the
can't
G
see
League.
just in the league.
Yeah, they not even playing in the G League. They not getting no tick. They just on the bench for the regular team, not doing
Right.
shit, just practicing. And we just pretend like there's not those guys. Like, oh, Bronny doesn't deserve to be one of those guys. Like, yeah,
Yeah, a
talk
couple of
about it.
my couple partners
Stop
up
it.
at the job, I bring up Bronny. Bronny trash. I'm like, why are we doing this? I said, really,
Bronny
dog?
trash,
Like
but the dude drafted 17th to the Bucks, who averaged fucking 2 points in
2 points.
Australia, is okay because we don't because his name he just AJ Johnson. We don't even know who the fuck that is. Have you seen him? He weigh
I seen it.
140 pounds. He's 6'8".
Yeah, I
We
know.
just nobody gives a fuck about that shit. We don't even it ain't even
We
real
don't even,
highlights of this man.
nobody even know who he is. Nobody was he
That's the
even on the
crazy part.
radar for anybody? Like just like, yeah, we want that guy in Australia, the 6'8" dude. Like,
Hell no.
who?
Nah.
The dude at the end of the bench? Yeah, we want him. All right.
Like, bro, you can't even really like watch good highlights of this man.
He ain't never gonna get his rights over to the NBA. He ain't coming over here. Like speaking of that's what I was gonna say before. Who's the big Chinese dude?
The big Chinese dude.
He's 7'1". He's like an actual
Oh, you
big
talking about
man.
the dude, the young dude from China that they've been talking about?
Like 19 years, yeah. Hank Hen or
Hansen
Hansen, bro.
Hansen Yang,
He was getting off in the summer league.
Hansen Yang. Hell yeah, bro. It's the craziest thing is that like that's gonna make a comeback. That's gonna be the shit he doing. That's gonna be part of Wemby's game. Except I'm bringing
He's
the
a little
ball
thicker
up.
though.
But no, I'm saying, think about it. Like that's gonna be what it is. I get the rebound, bow, pull the rebound down, go full court, take you all the way to the block, fake out, little hook, or I just do a little fake,
Pump
spin right
fake, dunk.
past you. Yeah, like that's finna,
He was
that's
putting
where
his
the
back
game's
to the
gonna have to
basket.
go.
It's like
I seen that
back
one.
to
He
I'm
came
like
from
shit.
half court and did that same. He did some shit.
Bro, I'm
Came
not
from
trying
half
to
court,
watch it.
walked him down, backed him down, and then did a little post. I was like, oh shit, okay.
I'm not trying to watch an NBA game where it look like everybody on my court is everybody on the court is created. Like it's
I
just like,
am.
bro,
That shit
why is
fun.
like 7 foot people just like barely jump? You know how when you create an NBA my player and he's 7'4" and he don't even
Mm-hmm.
jump when he dunk and he's just like,
Yeah.
what are we doing here?
Oh, this shit crazy, bro. Look at this. This is the 2025 centers, right? 7-1, 7-1, 7-3, 6-10, 6-10, 7-1, 7-1, 7-1, 7-foot, 7-3,
Where are these
7-2.
7 foot people coming from? That was a luxury back
Crazy.
in the day. Now it's just like you could find them anywhere. Just open your
Yeah.
eyes and be like, yeah, it's right here.
Oh man,
Like how?
college basketball finna be so crazy. I just want to point out, by the way, that Kansas on this list has
Oh my
three of the
god!
centers. Four. Oh no, that's three. Okay. Got Hunter
And
Dickinson.
and still gonna lose in the second
I don't
round to
even know how to say this
North
man.
Iowa.
Oh, that's K State. Damn. So two, but still. But that shit is just wild, bro. We in weird times, man. That's what it comes down to. Paul George going to where the fuck Paul George go? I
76ers.
forgot. Sixers, yeah. Did
Yeah.
that do anything for
Well,
you?
it did not
Did
actually.
DeMar DeRozan go to the Kings? Did that do anything for you?
That did not move me as well.
Is there
So,
anything that did move you at all?
uh,
Because I feel like there was nothing. After we like you text me that one time, I went and
I
looked.
kind of like Chris Paul to the Spurs.
Ooh,
That
yeah,
moved me a little
yeah.
bit. Like we remember we were saying
Harrison
all
Barnes
year.
too. How you like
Yeah, we
Harrison
remember
Barnes doing?
we and they got somebody else.
Oh yeah, they
They got
did.
they got a whole roster, a whole starting five now. Harrison
That's
Barnes,
right.
Chris Paul, not Grant. Who's the dude with the not George Hill? I don't know. I seen it the other day. I meant to screenshot it, but
But yeah,
oh
that
yeah,
shit
that's
they
what
they
I meant to send
trying.
you. I meant to send you this because it was just crazy. The 6 team trade. You see that?
Hmm.
With the Dallas Maverick announced today that they have acquired 5 time, obviously Klay Thompson is a second round pick. This is a part of a 6 team sign and trade deal. It's the first 6 team trade deal
Jesus.
in NBA history. Bro, look at this. This is how crazy some of this. I don't even get how they do it. But so Dallas got Klay Thompson and 25 second round pick. The Wolves got a 31 second round pick swap, 25 second round pick in cash. Warriors got Kyle Anderson and Buddy Hield, which I actually kind of like that move.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I
And
mean,
then the Hornets got Josh Green, Reggie Jackson, 29 second round pick, 30 second round pick. 76ers got a 31 second round pick. And the Nuggets is somehow in there with just cash. Like we just like, yeah, we'll throw you some money for some probably for one of
oh,
those
we
picks or
one of
something.
those picks definitely, or a couple of them maybe.
But it's just like
That's yeah, and none of that's the crazy thing.
how do they even do trade? Like how does that even work? You got six. They trading picks from dudes who's like 12 years old right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a 11. It's a dude right now who about to go in to sixth grade. Because if you 12 right now, school about to start, you about to go into sixth grade.
31 second round pick. Anybody is up for grabs.
And you gonna go back and be like, damn, bro, Kyle Anderson and Buddy
and
Hield got traded for the pick that drafted me in the second round.
and what's crazy, that pick might switch through a couple teams before it actually
Oh
land
yeah.
before the 31. Like
But
it's
you
just
know what's
like,
so funny? I was playing 2K uh earlier or this past weekend. And I had ended up like just simulating through a season, just not even playing the game, just simulating and making trades and just trying to build a crazy team. And the drafts get so weird. It does the lottery, so it'll show you all the
mm-hmm,
lottery teams. And then it's like literally every single one of them is prefaced by pick one via the Kings, pick two via the Bulls. And then
mm-hmm, yeah.
when the draft happens, like, oh, this pick, the Spurs get the number one pick, but they don't get the number one pick because they have a trade swap with the Pelicans from 4 years ago. Like, damn, like every single pick, like the whole lottery is just all that shit.
And by the time we get to 20, what year is it? 2024. By the time we get
Mm-hmm.
to 2028, it's gonna be a
It's gonna be fucked up.
yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I think somebody was breaking it down. We're like, this is actually better for the league because less teams will try to tank because you could be giving that pick to a team you have to face 4 times or what, you know what I mean? Or you
Yeah, I
might have
get
to
it.
see them in the playoffs. Like the Rockets can't, like, or not the Rockets, but it's like a team like who's in the like the Clippers. you're the Suns. What do
Oh
you
yeah,
do?
they're
You're
fucked.
aging out and you have none of your
No
picks.
picks,
So you can't even just be like, well, let's just be bad and
and they
hope we
couldn't
get
even
somebody.
and they couldn't even trade Paul George. Like, why are you letting everybody walk
They
and
didn't let
not?
everybody walk. They signed everybody but Paul George.
I thought they trying. Oh, they trying to
They
trade
signed
Westbrook.
Harden. They signed Westbrook. They signed Kawhi. And
They
then they
trying to.
just like, sorry, PG. We don't got
Paul
nothing
George
for you.
said he want the same contract Kawhi got.
Which is crazy because they offered it to him, but without the no trade clause. And he was like, well, no. And they're like, well, Kawhi doesn't have a no trade clause. And he was like, well, I'm not staying here.
He said, "I'm
That's how
because I'm
silly that
definitely gonna
is.
ask it."
We'll give you 50 million. Like, okay, but I want a no trade clause. No. All right, well, I'm out. I'll go take whatever he did ended up taking 40 something million a
I thought he took
year.
50 still.
Was it 50 still? I didn't dive deep into all
Yeah,
that
I think he
shit.
still got 50 from the 76ers.
That shit is wild, man. But
Yeah,
free agency was
crazy.
fucking trash. The draft, like that's how like the
I mean, I guess I
whole June to July or May to fucking July for NBA. That's supposed to be they prime time. That
I
shit was
mean,
ass.
they didn't use it too well.
They didn't do nothing. There wasn't no real
The
big
draft
trades,
was
no big
trash.
signings. The trade, the finals, the conference finals was kind of because everybody was
Yeah.
hurt. It's fucked up. Like it was bad. It was a
And
bad
then now we got
basketball year.
Jason. Now we got to listen to 6 months of Jason Tatum being everybody but himself.
Man, you know it's funny. We can end with this too. I think it's so funny and just perfectly perfect for us that the conversation we started with the NBA was the NBA is dying. What is happening? Why aren't people watching?
Talking about the NBA.
Yeah, we was talking about how the NBA is dying. Ain't nobody watching. What's going on? Why do people not care and all that? And then like we got into the flow of talking about the NBA probably around what March ish, April,
Yeah.
probably right when the playoffs started. It was like, oh, this shit kind of like we got all these young dudes, and then by a month two later, we're like, now that kind of ended badly. That was not entertaining. Like, it just wasn't entertaining. I love basketball, it just was not entertaining. Watching the Nuggets Heat last year, not entertaining. That was like the only basketball I watched last year was a little bit of some of the playoff matchups, and then every game from the finals. And it was just like that wasn't good. It was just one team dominating the other one. This year, same thing. One team dominating the other one. And this
Yeah.
downside of this, it might just get worse and worse because we're going to see players make more and more money, and teams aren't going to be able to keep their players. So we're going to get to a point where, like we were saying, Wemby might make 100 million a year, but he might not ever have a teammate that plays with him longer than 3 or 4 years. He might not
Right.
ever in his career have a teammate that he plays with more than a couple years at a time.
Yeah, but yeah, good thing for the Celtics, they locked up they starting five for
Yeah,
$1 billion.
but they can't continue to pay them that way. Like they're gonna have
No,
to
they're gonna
trade people.
somebody's gonna yeah.
You got to think
I mean, Porzingis only signed a 2 year 60,
yeah, but
so he'll probably end up being gone
the
next year.
salary cap is only going up a certain amount. These
Yeah, I know.
contracts are going up a certain amount as well, and you're gonna hit a ceiling
You got a
where
clear cap space, so
somebody got to go. Not we can't re-sign you. You have to go, or we can't put a team on the floor. We
yeah,
can't pay
like
you 60, him 60, him 40, him 40,
and
him
the only thing
30.
is that's why you got to, and then it's probably gonna be multiple at this point. It's probably gonna be 6, 7, 8 team trades because
Mm-hmm.
people got a clear cap
We all got
space.
to do this shit. It's gonna get
Everybody
real
got to do it. So
weird.
like, how much money you got? How much you need? Can you take here?
You
Well, yeah,
take
if I
him,
take
I'll
him,
take them. Yeah.
you gonna have to send him over here. Hey, throw them some money because they need some, and then it's just gonna be like, all right, so the whole NBA was in on this trade.
And it's gonna be look up in 5 years. I'm like Patrick Mahomes still in the AFC Championship with the Chiefs. The
Another Super
NBA
Bowl for the
didn't.
Chiefs.
The NBA has been a different champion for 10 years straight, and we go look up and be like Patrick Mahomes still in the AFC Championship.
Like Pat got six in 9 years. Y'all know that?
He didn't went to he didn't went to the AFC Championship 13 times in a row, and people gonna hate it, but it's entertaining because
Well,
we
how many times
following
did he
somebody's
win the
story.
Super Bowl?
Okay.
You know, that's gonna be.
It doesn't matter. How many times that's why I always love doing that. LeBron lost. Blah, blah, blah. Who's your favorite player? Uh John Wall. All right, bro. Don't talk to me no
Kyrie,
more. Yeah, Kyrie.
Westbrook,
I give you
Paul
respect for one of
George.
them, but when it's somebody goofy, it's like, all right, bro. Who's your
Like
favorite
my
player?
favorite player,
Zach
D Wade.
Randolph? That's your favorite player all time? Yeah, he was cold, 20 and 10. All right.
KG. I'm like, okay, well,
I guess, yeah, like that's cool, bro.
like, okay,
That's
well,
cool, bro.
name me somebody that went 10 straight Eastern Conference
It's
championships, and
like
then
you
we can have this
never hear
conversation
the
later.
old head niggas be like, "Who's your favorite player?" Clyde Drexler. It's never nobody like that. Sean Kemp was my favorite player. No, everybody just Jordan.
Magic,
It's
Bird.
sick. It's sick. We don't have to do a case study one. It's sick what we've done to LeBron in his career, but
No, I know.
it's really gross when you start thinking about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed 2+ hours. Well, no, it's probably 2 hours on the dot of this podcast. Something else that's sick is me because I'm starving right now. So with that
Oh shit.
said, we kind of touched on everything, basically anything. Olympic basketball, it's a game right
Wait a
now.
minute.
It's a game. Hold on. It should be a game right now. Canada, USA should be on tonight.
For like the Olympics?
Yes.
Did the Olympics start already?
Team USA takes on Canada on Wednesday in the first of 5 exhibition games ahead of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Oh,
I told you,
exhibition.
we here, bro. We are here. It's probably on right now. 10:30 Eastern
That's
is
9:30.
damn. God, oh, they playing in Vegas. That's why. So it's only like 5 o'clock out there right now. Yeah. So let's get off here and let's go watch some USA basketball.
I guess.
Hope you
Play
guys
some
enjoy,
Canada.
man, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace.